I don't like the coaching.
Oh, that gotta go. Why? Actually, you know what? Hold on.
Oh, the Navy's sick. They have all. They have the older ones, right, with the stripe, golden. No, I didn't even see the carbon. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I didn't even see the carbon there. Damn. Yeah. Should have worn black.
All right, so we are good to go. Yo, what is good, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of Fourth and Zero. Happy Thanksgiving. Almost said Happy Halloween or Happy or Merry. One of them.
We're just kind of going.
Yeah,
We're going.
I almost said one of them, but hopefully everybody had a great holiday. Make sure everybody was safe during the holidays. We just stuck around, watched football, and the typical things over here. So hopefully y'all enjoyed your holiday. But without further ado, we're actually going to get into the pod. But if you are new, please feel free to hit the sub button. Also hit the bell notifications. We do go live on Tuesday every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those who live on the West Coast. But without further ado, we're about to get into the pod. Oh, am I hearing someone's car alarm? Bro, I swear I heard someone's car alarm. Whatever. I'm going crazy on the pod. Anyways, I'm losing it on the pod. So we're actually about to switch up the format. I know I majority been dragging the pod just for going over scores. We're actually gonna cut
Get insightful a little bit.
Yeah, so we're actually gonna want to talk about a little bit more stuff. So we're gonna start off with basketball. Devin actually made a good point about the Josh Giddey case. I'm gonna call it a case.
It's a case
because he caught a body. That's a case. No bars or puns intended. Devin, if you wanna take the floor, bro. Yeah, he definitely did.
I mean, I think everybody's seen the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
He was, I don't know what the word you would use for, but he was caught with a 16-year-old that everybody thinks.
Yeah. That appeared underage.
Yeah.
It appears underage because we're in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But the age of consent in Oklahoma is 16.
Nobody.
So technically, if she is 16, it's really weird.
Yeah.
And creepy.
Right.
But it's not illegal. He did play the night after.
Yeah, which is true.
So.
Actually, and that's a good point. And let me actually bring up his age since I now my he's 21. Gotcha.
Now that was he was either 20 or 21. Still, either way, unless he's 17, maybe possibly 18. Even that's still a little
right.
Yeah, anything past that is a little strange.
Yeah. Bro was born,
but it's legal.
Bro,
you had a good point.
Yeah, bro was born in 02. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it happens all the time though. I mean, it happened. Honestly, I think this was the first time that it was recorded because let's be honest, like football players and basketball players, like they all get caught. What you think James doing? James, come on, bro. Like I think it's just in this situation, it just so happened to be recorded. But I think this is it happens way more than we think it does.
Well, and so that's what we brought up. I told you guys before was the guy took a video and then it made its way to TikTok of him in the club that night with her. You can see her.
Mm-hmm.
She has a drink in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way he can play this, and even if it's not true, but to save PR and face, is that he has to say that, well, she was drinking in the club. I even bought her a drink.
Right.
I thought she was, a lot of
There's also that when they asked her if he was 18, he said no comment.
Yeah, which
he didn't say he didn't say no, she's 18. I mean, they asked her if she was 16. He didn't say anything. He said no comment. If she was 18, he should have said no, she's 18, not no comment.
Well, and I know in that situation it wasn't the best time to air it out after practice, but he did himself no favors because he did the head scratch and then he was like, I don't have any comment right now.
So since they asked her anyways, it wouldn't have helped on his end if he said she was of age to if she wasn't.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. Jeez. Oh, I guess my takeaway from this is don't pick up randoms at the club. Maybe I mean you still gonna do what you gonna do, but
Before or after the club?
this had to be after.
After,
Yeah, because
yeah.
they met at the club.
So another thing I'm confused. Well, not confused about. I mean, it's pretty clear, but he must have been plastered because you think he would have been like, "Yo, don't take that Snapchat." Because she took a Snapshot of them while he's leaning against the doorway and his eyes are closed.
Yeah.
And then there was another one where he had his arms around her and she's like, Josh says hi to whoever. Probably all of her friends were probably like, no way you're with Josh Giddey. So that's a mess, dude. He got himself into that too.
Does the NFL need to start like having people come in and start teaching young players about more like etiquette and career or protecting your career?
We obviously went deep into it with Ja about like mentors guiding. There's no veteran presence because these kids that are in the league right now, unless they grow and mature, aren't going to be an example for the next generation.
Exactly.
So it's just going to be a vicious cycle. I think it'd have to be someone that has like enough respect because you can't just go grab like the 50-year-old guy that's a counselor and talk to someone. I think it needs to be someone that's either played basketball or like a respected figure within either the game or within that person's life.
So we could use Miami Heat, for example, like Udonis Haslem. I mean, granted, not saying that everyone who played for Miami is perfect, but if you have UD in the office on the court with the players.
To show how long he could sit there and just a random pitch would be, I played, 20 years? I kept my head above water. I played with good teammates. I tried to do the right thing. Now look at me. I'm a executive.
Or like
so you can do that.
Or like Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu for the Spurs, like make it to where it's like you're training these players because honestly the way it's gonna go, and we brought it up with the Ja Morant situation, it's gonna be like this like times 30.
Absolutely.
And I think I may have I think I said something like the Ja situation is only the beginning of what's to come.
I would say so.
Of discipline, or I think you guys may have said it, but I know that we talked about it. So I thankfully nothing came of it, and he'll still get to play, saves his career, but you got to make better choices.
Do these teams have therapists?
I believe they do. Actually, I think they do because I want to say something got leaked out where I think it was football.
Mm-hmm.
I think they also, they do have team therapists.
I'm sure they do. They definitely need in this day and age.
Hell yeah, they have team.
Is it mandatory?
No.
Because if not, you need to make it mandatory.
So, and that's the thing though, because you can't really enforce it on people who have their head on their shoulders.
I mean, but sometimes even if you have your own shoulders, talk about it.
Right, but
that's a good point. I do think they need to start navigating it towards that. But also, there's like pick and choose spots. Like LeBron James is not sitting down with a therapist.
100%.
He's just not going to do it.
I mean, it doesn't have to be about that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're talking about, like make it mandatory for teams, but at the same time, they're gonna feel like, well, I'm above that because he's 21 and he has so much money playing the best job of his career. So he's not gonna really go for a team. He's just really just trying to get his shit off and go.
Well, the thing I thought about it too for a second, it was like you could do like a team therapy session, but you gotta like what you said. Yeah, then you're like, I'm really sad, and then I'm like, he's sad. Like, what a weirdo.
Right.
And then you get judged, so it'd have to be a one-on-one thing. I think it's just an open door policy.
Right.
You talk. If you're showing signs of being erratic.
But I agree with you. It needs to be enforced, and that's where I feel like with Adam Silver, he should make it to where it's just like it's friendly to your players, and it doesn't feel like you're just like making to a way where everyone's gonna push away. Instead of being like, oh, this is a resource to help, now it's like, because we already have mandatory drug tests.
But I feel like if you have like a guy like LeBron and you have your young 20-year-old something or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, well, LeBron's not doing it, so why do I have to do it?
Right.
But then if LeBron's doing it, it's like, I do it. You can go, it's fine.
Right. But then that's why you have vets like Chris Paul who would, actually, hold on.
Working Jews.
No.
Taking a commercial break.
So that's why you would have That's why you have vets in the league like Chris Paul on your team who would steer you, who would show the example of, oh, they're always going to be working hard. They're always in the gym. Therefore, I'm going to be in the gym. Like leading by example type thing.
Yeah, I could see that. Same way being with a therapist.
Right. Well, therapist is like, oh, well, I don't have to listen to you. Who are you? Versus, oh, someone who's already in the Hall of Fame. I want to be as great as them. I'm going to listen to him.
You know, I think not like no one's a lost cause, but I think some of these kids are only because it's the generation that they're growing up in, which we've talked about too. It's how they're being raised. Kevin Garnett was raised differently than, I don't know, Jason Tatum. I'm not saying they're both like, exemplary people, but it's just the generational gap is going to get so much stronger to where these types of kids are still going to keep coming out. And you can sit down and like therapy can help, but it's also the people they surround themselves with. We talked about too. John needs to surround himself with better people. It's like that. There's like an old saying. It's like, what is it? Show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
Yep.
Hang around those people. We're not going to go far.
Right.
Yeah. You know what?
Is that not true? Is that not true? It's true though. I mean, if you're hanging around those people, you're never going to get better.
Exactly.
You can't do anything about it in the off season either when you're back home. So
I feel like being back home makes it work.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, but it's allowed because you don't have any responsibility during the off season other than just chilling.
When you don't have workouts or anything mandatory, you could just be like, well, you get some time with your family.
I mean, what's that, like 3 days out of the week?
Hate to bring him up. I don't want to say God rest his soul, but Aaron Hernandez, exactly what happened. He got he was like an hour and a half away from home in Connecticut. Yeah. So off season, same people he grew up with. Didn't work.
Man. Other news in the NBA, Russell Westbrook addresses verbal exchange with a fan. Following the heated exchange at the Crypto Center, the LA guard says he won't allow fans to shout whatever they want. So typically it's been like this.
Yeah.
Fans getting in his face, saying whatever they feel, and then it's always the second man who gets in trouble. But I really think that, again, I'm going to really just start putting this on Adam Silver. He really has to step up and be like, look, the next, like, fans, you're okay. Like, you can voice your opinion and you can do stuff, but if you're disrespecting players, it has to be a perma ban. Yeah. Like,
you can't egg them on because, like, they get the, well, I spend money on this game. I can do what I want, but you can't.
What's up?
Breaking news: Cuban's selling stake in the Mavs.
Oh.
Cuban's out on the Mavs.
He's also leaving Shark Tank, so I don't know what's going on with bro.
Oh.
I saw that a couple days ago after like 19 seasons.
Oh, is bro tired?
$3.5 billion.
Is he tired? He might be tired.
That's tough.
Why would you not?
Sheesh.
Go home.
Yeah.
He's still going to be around the Mavs. That's 100%.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's put a lot of effort into that team.
Is he just like working towards his retirement now?
I would retire. I mean, I just sold my stake in the Dallas Mavericks for $3.5 billion.
Right. And he's no longer on Shark. I think bro just wants to chill at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to be there.
Exactly. But I do understand it's like, yeah, you're a fan and you paid your ticket and stuff, but you're crossing a boundary.
Yeah.
At that point, like, we always want to refer back to what happened at the Malice of the Palace, but then people go and act like how they did towards Westbrook.
I know. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
take that into the what's that dude? Bills player.
Oh,
Jordan,
yeah. Yeah, we'll talk.
Not Jordan Addison. That's the receiver for the Vikings.
Jordan,
not Edwards. Not
Atkinson. Is it?
Not Rollins.
Phillips.
Jordan Phillips. Okay.
You also just flat out point blank period can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
agree.
No, yeah, and I hate to bring it into it. It's like the only time that I'll ever excuse it, and I think a lot of people even saw that, was like if it's a race thing. It wasn't a race thing. I don't know what he said to him to like.
It was something that not even got under his skin. It probably crossed the boundary.
Might have been a family thing. Might have been something about him that no one else does.
I don't know where people get off with that stuff, but it's it's despicable.
It's a bad look. I'll say it's a bad look for you guys too a little bit.
Yeah,
It's more so Buffalo. I mean, it's like 80% Buffalo.
No, it's 50-50
What do you say?
split.
Yeah, what do you say?
What he said. Because if he's like just rambling about you losing the game,
Control yourself.
you gotta control yourself.
I don't know. Apparently, it was more than that.
Had to be to push him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was standing on business.
It was face to face.
That's a.
Yeah, it was face to face. Yeah.
I know. Like he was standing on it, and
yeah,
I'll give him that.
Someone's definitely standing on business.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? To finish the topic, it doesn't help that Westbrook's name has been slandered in the media to fans. Yeah. So I feel like that's why everybody feels like they're entitled to just bash Westbrook.
Yeah. That
doesn't help. In other news, LaMelo is carried off the court, ruled out with the ankle sprain. This is, I think, it's his second ankle injury. Someone I read something today from Basketball Forever mentioned the fact that for him to go far in the NBA, he's going to take a page out of Steph's book because Steph was notorious for bad ankles to the point where he wanted to retire early. So for him to want to go far, he'll just have to take a page out of Steph's book and actually
become a little bit more true.
Yes.
Shoot, yeah.
Well, pour more effort into rehabbing his ankles and strengthening them, and actually
put more focus. If you're gonna play that style, if you want to adapt, then you're fine. But I get that.
Yep.
Something with the ball. What I don't know if LiAngelo had any serious injuries, but
I don't know. Lonzo's still having that recurring knee.
Yeah.
Thing which sucks because that really hurt Chicago.
It did.
LaMelo, I mean, great players, but wow.
Yeah. I'll give them that too. They both ended up being good players, but I think Lonzo's going to be kind of like a what if. I'm not saying he was ever with LA, like he wasn't like perennial all-star trajectory, but definitely a solid.
They didn't give him enough time in that LA game.
That's true too.
Because like they had all the pieces, and as soon as LeBron there,
gone.
All of them.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, like, eventually we'll talk about. That's, like, I love LeBron, but there's more stuff I never liked about LeBron more than I like him.
He's not a saint when it comes to basketball personnel.
At the end of the day, I love what he's done for as long as he's been in the league.
Yeah.
And I will genuinely miss him when he retires.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, everything that's came with LeBron, I never liked.
Yeah.
Other than that, really, Popovich chastises Spurs fans for booing Kawhi.
That's what I was looking at. Yeah, did you see that? That was bizarre.
Yeah,
Popovich. He grabbed the mic, so Kawhi shot a free throw. He got the ball back, and then they started booing heavy, and then Pop grabbed it and was like, "Hey, we're not going to disrespect."
Yeah, we never liked that, and then just made the crowd boo even louder.
Yeah. Like, this guy.
Yeah, they was like, man, we ain't listening to none of that.
They've lost like 10 straight there. I don't give a crap. Yeah.
LeBron is the first player to reach 39,000 points.
He was the youngest to every milestone since 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Again, stuff like that, which is like definitely appreciate that for the game, but again, the dark side of stuff that no one likes to talk about, we'll talk about. Other than that, really, just I didn't really catch any of the games. I've really just been more so on football, really. If basketball,
out, I think.
What's up?
Sixers are out, I think.
Embiid. And I'll be honest with y'all, I'm waiting for this jump to be over.
You know how mad I got? So at the Celtics game.
Mm-hmm.
They lost, obviously, and it was a play-in game. I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I got in the car, and I started reading that apparently there's a point differential system to where if you lose by a certain amount of points, it goes against you, and the team, like, you can win more games, you could lose more games, it doesn't matter, but it depends on how many points you lost by, and that gets you higher seeding, and I was like, what does that mean?
So, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think it was... I think it was when we were actually airing and they did the whole play-in tournament, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't even bother. Or I think it might have been the day before, but I remember it was on TV, I was watching it, I totally tuned out because I was just so disinterested in what the format was, or I didn't care, to be honest with you.
A little wonky.
Yeah. But did you want to go in depth with the game or anything?
I'll get into it a little bit. Yeah, so Friday saw the Celtics and Magic, Black Friday at 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
Good experience. That was the first basketball game I ever went to, like at all, period. I've been to Amway a few times. Super easy to get into. I will always give them that. They've always done that. Easy access, security's easy, it flows. Seats were good. Atmosphere was good. It was pretty busy for a 2:30 game. There were some seats empty, but I was pleasantly surprised. And not throwing shots at any Magic fans. Won't do that. But they're getting a little more abundant than they were before.
I know. Because all the times I went, they only, it was only packed for the better teams. Yeah. Even though there's diehard Magic fans. When I went to the game Toronto, I took Emily to Toronto. Wow, that stadium was packed. And I was like, who y'all here for? Magic fans.
Yeah.
I saw some Toronto, but it was like 75-25.
That's what we had a split. I would say maybe this game was probably 60-40 though.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics, it's naturally a lot of the northern teams like Boston and all that.
Right.
A lot of snowbirds come down here, a lot of older people with Celtics crap on. But yeah, there's obviously the diehard fans. You could tell.
Yeah.
There was like a dude, clean ass outfit. It was like a what do you call it? Overall, coverall, pinstripe.
Yeah.
With the satin jacket.
Yeah, he's always there.
On. Yeah.
He's always there.
The pennies on. He was there with his dad, dressed up too.
They always show him. They always show him on the jumbotron.
Oh yeah, and he was sitting like probably 5 seats from me. And I was like, okay, he's committed. But no, the game overall. So to actually get into the game just slightly, Celtics went on a run. They kept getting on runs. Magic played very good defense. They've been a very good defensive team this year. The biggest grievance I have with the game is, and I don't remember what the direct stat was, I believe Orlando went on an 18-0 run. Joe Mazzulla called 0 timeouts, which is like criminal at any stage. I get it's a regular season game. They're probably not going to talk about it in 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
But oh my God, and they were getting cooked.
Yeah.
And Mo Wagner, that's what I told you, was like prime Jordan out there. I think he put up like 25, 26. He was hitting everything from every angle. Because when you hit the chat, I was like, oh, it's a 12-point game. What you mean? Yeah. Because I made it like it was bad. Because in person, it looked so much worse.
Oh, it did?
It looked so much worse. They just looked sloppy and a lot of turnovers. Jaylen Brown didn't do himself any favors.
Yeah, I figured.
He scored with his left hand, and there were like 3 Celtics people. They were like 5 rows ahead of me, and they all went like this with their left. Oh. Like, see what he did? Yeah. Never scored again with his left hand the rest of the game. I'd ignored that too. Like I looked at it, I was like, that was clowny.
I know you was sitting there and like, you motherfucker.
We are not going to start the argument that he can use his left. He still can't.
Y'all suck.
He still can't.
And I used to be like that.
It was, oh my God. And then, but the only argument that I'll give for this game, because they always have problems against Orlando, but Drew Holiday didn't play.
Yeah.
Derek White had a forearm contusion, which he got whacked pretty hard on a screen.
Yeah.
It wasn't a foul. He just ran into him, didn't see him. He was out for 2 quarters, and then Porzingis went out after the second.
Mm-hmm.
So they're missing some pieces, but again, depth. Big issue.
I told you. As soon as they traded and we all looked at the trade sheet, I was like, nah.
We talked about that with Phoenix too. It's like, where's the depth coming from?
This ain't it, fam.
The team on 5, starting 5.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If they can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Perfect. We're good. Nice balance. Everyone's good.
Yeah. Depth. Yeah. And then it's going, what the fuck?
I can't even hear it.
Oh shoot!
And then the worst part was, which I don't hate Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah,
I like Peyton Pritchard, but he hasn't lived up to his contract. They paid him in the offseason and said, "Stop whining."
Yeah,
we're gonna trust him.
I mean, is he even being utilized? Be honest.
That game he was, and he put up 4 points.
Oof. Off of like what?
Not that many shots, maybe 5, 6. He was more facilitating, but still, I'm like.
Well, let me guess. JT had his usual 30 game.
JT had 24. JB had 27.
Oh, okay.
JB didn't play bad, but also there were some bad misses. So
did JT have some bad misses though?
Nah, I didn't pay attention. I'm never gonna pay attention to him. If they did, I turned my head before he missed.
Oh my God.
Love you. Al Horford had one tray ball.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, Al Horford hit a 3. Never did anything the rest of the game.
Stop the cap. Oh, hold up. My fault. I know we got some.
Did you see the Drake commentary when they were playing the Celtics and he said Peyton Pritchard looks like a crypto scammer? Yeah. They got Peyton Pritchard look like a crypto scammer.
Yo, my fault, DE, man. The chat on my end, it was pinned to the questions because I had a question and I didn't switch, so that is my fault. Oh, but he did say, you know what happened to Boston sports in general? Ever since Mookie Betts was traded, they have sucked. But I digress.
Well, the problem too is like, and I think I did it at the Celtics game. I'm like, oh, that's like my favorite Boston athlete, and I was like, we live in a world right now where like, and I like the Celtics, but Red Sox have no one.
Mm.
Bruins are just kind of they tread water, and it's usually a Patriots player, but I have no reason to like any of them on the Patriots.
Yeah,
Ramondre Stevenson, if I had to pick, but
oh God, no.
That's it. That's it. It's a really weird time right now. But,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little concerned about the Celtics this year. What? Oh, and Philly. Oh yeah, you guys are.
Oh yeah, we got
looking good right now.
Oh yeah, we got generations of teams and players. Yeah,
but that's also another tidbit that can kind of lead into a different conversation.
Yeah.
I can kind of see, and I was never close, but I can kind of see how people get into fights in stadiums. Because some dude.
He was talking
that
shit
about a foul.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh,
come on, bro.
He said something. He was like, oh, of course it's Boston. And then
Then he goes,
oh, he said, Orlando beat 2 teams. They beat the refs and the Celtics.
Yeah.
I was going to go, you
straight clean them.
What?
Come on, bro.
So I
told you.
I had I had one beer the whole game. I felt perfectly fine. But I could see if you had 10 and you were in a football stadium and it's loud and the other dude's drunk too,
come on,
I could see how someone's just like,
yeah,
what are you fucking talking? Shut the fuck. And then it's just going out. I could see it.
Come on, dog. I'm telling you. DE said also Jesse James caught that damn ball.
Oh, you know what? It's a little too late now. I can't send apologies out, but I think with what we're considering catches and not catches, that was a catch. It was one of those. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
He had it, and he reached over the goal line. His knee was down.
Yeah.
But when the ball hit, it flicked, so it landed on his wrist like this.
Yeah.
And the ball touched the ground. So it's like he didn't have possession, and then Ben threw a pick like 2 plays later. But I'll say that. Yeah.
DE he asked what do we think about the Broncos?
Legit, not legit. What do we think? They're on a roll right now.
So to be honest with you, I'm indifferent. Like the stats literally say that they're the top 10 teams statistically. Oh, that came out of my mouth. Top 10 teams statistically. Yeah. No, real shit.
With a better record
than
Buffalo.
Yes. Because their defense says like they're very good. Offense, I wait for them to get back on defense because the offense is so lackluster. But they're a good team.
Russ kind of brought himself back to like
not relevant.
Definitely top 15 quarterback conversation.
Top 20. Top 20. Top 20.
Yeah. He's not playing awful this year. He's not playing Russ, but he's playing.
I understand where you're going and put him to 20. 20.
You gotta drop him a little
20. Bit. Real shit. Oh man, actually, who's better? Oh, I gotta go through 19 others. Hold on, Kirk Cousins.
I don't know, but okay, wait.
I'm joking.
So if you put the current list of starting NFL quarterbacks, he's got to be top 15. Because I'm putting him over Aiden O'Connell. I'm putting him over Jake Browning.
All right, so check.
See.
So check this out. I got scores of the games. So can we put him over Jordan Love? Yes.
Yeah.
Am I putting him over Jared Goff? Hell no.
No.
Sam Howell? Yes. Dak? I don't even know. That's actually a gimme. That's a 50-50 ball.
You can't realistically end the stage.
I mean, but realistically, but real shit though. Look at both quarterbacks. If we're talking like Dak, Russ, statistically, and I'm going off statistics because all we really have is numbers. Because I'm not gonna be y'all see what's on this. I'm not gonna be a biased Philly fan.
Yeah.
Like statistically, he's been playing better than Russ. The stats show. I think they said on Christmas. Saying Christmas.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Thank you. I almost said it again. Thanksgiving Day that he's been winning 4 games.
What?
4 in a row?
5.
5
Denver?
in a row? No.
Oh.
Losing teams.
Cowboys. No, I'm saying.
Their win streak right now?
Yeah. Are they on a win streak?
I don't think so because they haven't played you guys yet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we beat them.
Oh, so then hold on. It'll tell me right now when I pull up this.
Yeah.
They're on a
It was in Dallas.
They're on a 3-game winning streak.
3-game winning streak? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not. I gotta go with Dak on that one. He also said that. Also, I think Buffalo's window is closing this year for everyone, but it's been closed for me personally last year. So
a lot of people said that last year. That was closed.
Honestly, which is true.
Yeah.
Which is true, and I think this year they're really just trying to get back to where they were last year, 2 years ago. But nah, it's dead.
Also, another topic of conversation to build off that is what do you do? Because I think the answer is to fire Sean McDermott and try to recuperate some of that offense, get another receiver in, and try to mitigate your defense. And they're old.
Bro, I swear we've had this conversation about
11
times, and no,
I think we do.
No, because
you still don't
real talk. What do you do?
Another problem too, and it came out. Sorry to cut you off. Cap space negative $29 million.
Good God! Okay, we actually have a number. Thank you.
Negative $29 million.
We've needed a number for how many weeks now?
They solve that quickly. Not really. They get themselves back neutral, restructuring Josh Allen.
They're not gonna have anybody.
They're gonna have to cut Poyer. They're gonna have to either cut Von Miller, try to restructure that. They're gonna have to restructure Josh Allen.
Oh, that's defense. Oh,
and they'll try to bring it back to zero, but
but then you can't.
Yeah, they're in cap hell. Because it's
that is crazy.
You can't really rebuild with Josh Allen because then he's going to be 32, 33, and it's like...
Bro, there's no way in hell you're going to... All right, so my thing, if you get rid of Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, and Sean McDermott, done. You are not getting back to... You are middle of the pack AFC East. You will always be number 2 or number 3. And number 2 right now is a stretch because of how bad they've been playing and injuries. If you get rid of those 3 people, you're freaked.
Then I think you're you're 6-11, 7-10, consistently each year. Because you really have nothing outside of that.
You have nothing, and they're really not in a position to rebuild because they don't have money.
And another problem is they don't have a great young core that they can kind of build off of. The Jimmy Butler render again.
That's why, honestly, if you get rid, fine, you restructure defense, and then you get another offensive weapon. I feel bad for Gabe Davis, and come to find out, bro got the game ball last week because he played 60 minutes just for cardio, and he got the game ball.
Just because he played all that stretch, which is impressive.
Right, because he apparently he did things that didn't show up on the stat sheet, which is true because bro didn't get no damn stats.
That was a nice block on 2nd and 5 for James Cook.
Exactly. So I say you get a number 2 wide receiver or do something for the offense.
I think you need to. I mean, a lot of people want another thing too, and you guys will kind of recap it when we talk about the actual game. But I wouldn't even put that loss on Josh Allen. I wouldn't put it on Josh Allen. He had 4 total touchdowns.
No. And a fucking
pick. The pick wasn't great, but the pick wasn't 100%.
It's a requirement for Josh Allen to throw a pick every game.
It's just in his blood.
It's in his contract.
It's in his contract.
It's in the contract.
How many games can you go in a
row? I would know because I got bro on my fantasy
Now he's on the bye week this week.
I'm struggling for a quarterback because Josh Dobbs threw 4 picks.
When I started him yesterday over Justin Fields, it was either Fields or it was Dobbs in one of my leagues. Couldn't pick.
So we're actually moving pretty fast here, but appreciate you, DE, for the chats, bro. You're actually helping us out. So he also said, Bryce Young and Caleb Williams didn't win those Heisman's. CJ Stroud did. Honestly, I think Stroud will. He really exceeded my expectation for what I really thought. I thought that Anthony Richardson was going to run away with it, but CJ's here to stay.
I get him saying that, but
well, at the time they were the clear Heisman, but
they were clear Heisman,
right, but translated,
they did not make the jump like CJ did. CJ made that big jump.
And what's crazy is, I mean, he was obviously a tremendous college quarterback. He's almost playing better right now in the league than he was in college, which is a little strange. That usually never happens.
100%. And lastly, DE, I'll answer this question, and then we'll go into our college football stuff as well. So he asked, would the Bears be dumb enough to not draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State? Oh, I didn't fuck up a name. Let's go.
Yeah.
From Ohio, because I am notorious for fucking names up on this channel. I apologize. From Ohio State in the draft, considering they have the number 1 from Carolina and the record as they are 5th on the board. So basically, would the Bears be dumb enough not to draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State?
If they're not going to get a quarterback,
I know
Marvin's going 1.
Okay.
We have an issue. If you watch, I didn't watch the whole game yesterday.
I did,
but I saw enough to say they might have a quarterback problem.
No, we're going to talk about that because I wanted to talk about it because I want to talk about it. But appreciate you, D. We're going to get into our NCAA coverage real quick, and then we will actually switch over to NFL. So stay tuned. So NCAA, fellas, rivalry week. Your thoughts? Was it probably the better week of football?
It was very
entertaining wise.
The later slate of games, very.
Oh yeah,
exciting. Michigan, Ohio State.
Yep,
always banger.
Mm-hmm. The Michigan Ohio State I was actually watching, and wow.
Unfortunate, their
QB.
No, the center, the line.
Mm-hmm.
Like the best line in college football.
Zider?
He went down with a broken.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yes. Hip and fib.
Oh, I am sick of that being a common injury. The fact that that's a common injury upsets me.
I think someone rolled on it.
Bro.
Someone got blocked into him.
Yeah. And then piece that shit up. That's disgusting. But hopefully, bro is So D said, I knew Bama was going to win. So funny thing, DE, I was actually saying this before we aired. I was watching that game, and I think they were up 2 or 3 scores. And I was like, oh, this game dead. I clicked. I checked. It was, 21-20 something? I was like, what the fuck?
They started rolling. You could kind of see Auburn was just, the momentum was just.
Yeah. I was
going. Yeah.
I was locked into the Ohio State Michigan game, so I'm like, I can't leave now. I'm already here.
Yeah, it was Alabama. I don't know. They find a way to pull it out. And then Mitro afterwards, I was like, bro, what are you talking about? He said, give me the Heisman. Said, No, don't give him the Heisman.
Yeah.
He wanted the Heisman after they won. I don't think you've done that this year.
So funny thing, DE, my parents, so my dad, he's from Michigan, and my mom, she went to Ohio State University and graduated. So every year that was always an interesting game for him. So I was actually pulling for Ohio State, and yeah, 24-30. Because he says that every year it's about the Benjamin, and ESPN is based to the SEC every year. Yeah, I can see that. Definitely.
Well, I mean, what was that, 2 years? A year ago? TCU, Georgia?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh God,
Whew.
what was that? 60 something to 10
And what are they? What is TCU?
this year.
What's their conference?
They are.
Big Ten?
I was gonna say they're either Big Ten. They're not. They're definitely not Pac.
I
That far
don't.
out.
I don't even know.
No, well, that's what happens when you put up a Big Ten team against SEC team.
Um. Sorry, didn't mean to cut
Big
you
12.
off.
Big 12, man. Yeah.
So just to read off some final scores, I'll just read off the close ones. Kentucky defeated number 15 Louisville 38-31. Ohio State lost to Michigan 24-30. Bama defeated Auburn 27-24. Wow. Okay. Washington State lost to Washington 24-21. I actually was watching clips of that game. And then actually I think I was watching it and then I switched over to Florida State, Florida, and we all know Florida lost 24-15. Then I switched over to what game was I watching? I think it was Cali. Where is it? I was watching. Oh, apparently I was watching a game. I guess I wasn't watching anything. I swore I was watching it. I'm guessing it's this block right here that isn't showing a game. I was watching a game, y'all. I promise. It was. I think it was Southern Cali or something. Or no, no, it was UCLA. Thank you. Thank you.
I was looking at the bar. Like, I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I look at the TV and TV's going on.
I was watching that game. So let's see. Bo Nick won the Heisman. What what do we think? Bo Nick?
Bo Nix, if he won it.
Yeah. Is he a for sure Heisman winner?
I think
no. There's one in front of him.
Jaden Daniels is.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, from LSU.
Got you.
I can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on this week.
Yeah.
I think if Oregon wins this week, they play.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the playoff right here. They play Washington. Washington is number 3.
Yeah, they're still number 3. Mm-hmm.
They already played earlier. Washington beat them. Is it likely that they might beat them again?
Possibly.
Really?
So for week 14, it's a short schedule. I have.
These are a lot of your playoffs.
Oh, we're in playoffs right now?
No, but like these are your big games, like that are gonna set playoffs.
Got you.
And then we have Washington, Oregon this week.
Yeah.
Another one.
So number 5 Oregon takes on number 3 Washington on Friday. Then we have number 19 Oklahoma State versus number 7 Texas on Saturday. Then like the bigger games, we have number 1 Georgia takes on number 8 Bama on Saturday at 4.
Yeah, so Pac-12 championship. That's the SEC championship.
Because then we also have number 2 Michigan takes on number 18 Iowa, and then number 15 Louisville takes on number 4 Florida State.
So a lot of your games are going to set the college playoff this week.
Wow, it is almost over. I do not like it.
How many games are there?
Yeah. We got 2.
know.
Wow. I'm punching the air right now. But that is your week 14 NCAA lineup, fellas. Well, it was a cool ride while it lasted. I remember when it was week 1, watching TV for the game to just cut off randomly.
It was Gators in Utah.
And then we had to appreciate Devin for being the stream maniac and having 15-11 streaming sites on the phone for us to watch one game. Hey, it really do be like that.
Speaking of hockey, did you see that game last night, the Iowa game?
Mm-hmm.
There's a giant fight and the ref was, I think it was like number 4 is out for fighting, number 6 is out for fighting.
Oh, it was all of them at the same time?
Number 8's out for fighting. Number 9's out for fighting.
No, I missed that.
And the rest of the lineup is out 10 minutes.
Oh no, I did see that. Yeah. Okay.
There was like 3 people on the benches, and then everybody else was on the ice.
So I saw the report. I didn't see the video because I was like, "What the fuck?" I was tripping when I saw that. So DE, his predictions for that week, he has Oregon, Texas, Bama, Michigan, and Florida State. Honestly, we have the same picks as well.
I got Georgia over Bama though. Sorry.
Georgia over Bama. Actually, yeah, I see Bama. I think Nick Saban might have. Yeah, I might. That's just my prediction. But we are finally here to the B&B of our podcast, the NFL coverage, fellas. I am all right. So what I'm gonna do? I'm just go over this news that happened. Like what? 10, 20 minutes after we got off last Tuesday, and then everything that happened today before we aired. So we'll go over predictions. We'll go over stuff that we want to talk about. Jonathan Taylor undergoes thumb surgery, and he is slated to miss, I believe, up to 2 to 3 weeks. Which sucks is because bro already missed, 2 to 3 weeks to start in the beginning. Now he's missing 2 to 3 more weeks due to a thumb injury. It definitely sucks. But better news, Justin Jefferson. Brody is back.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy owners, rejoice. Mans is off IR and he is practicing. Yeah. Joshua Dobbs. So we'll talk about that too. I just want to check the temperature for Joshua Dobbs fans. I am not a hater by any means. I actually like Brody.
Yeah.
I'm just checking the temperature for everybody who was on Man Schmeat.
We're wondering, yes.
I remember Sunday night. I was not watching the game. And I was like, I wonder what the score is. Oh, 3-0.
Yeah.
Wow.
You did not miss anything that game.
Wait, are you talking about last night?
Monday night. Or not Monday night, sorry, Sunday night.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, no, you definitely not.
Yeah, you didn't miss a single thing. All right. Oh, Nick, if you're watching, bro, I'm not rubbing it in your face. That was probably the best fantasy game I've ever played in my life. Shout out to Jake Elliott, because Jake Elliott, who got me to where Zay Flowers got me. So shout out to you, dog. I was already expecting to lose, but that was GG's, bro. That was a very good game. If I could shake your head, hey, there you go. There you go, bro. Panthers owner David Tepper on Bryce Young. We are totally confident in that pick, unquote. Look, stop the cap. I sent the fellas in the group chat something that the Panthers were reportedly supposed to select CJ Stroud. Keep it a buck, dog. You're regretting your pick.
And listen, that owner, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I didn't know who he was until
2 weeks ago.
After the Sunday game, because the only word he said was "fuck."
Yeah.
And he screamed it in the tunnel.
Yeah.
And then next day, Frank Reich is gone. Josh McCown, the QB coach. He was a journeyman in the NFL. He's probably going to be a journeyman coach now because he got dumped out the door.
Right.
Josh McCown, yeah, he was the quarterback coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, which explains a lot.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but it explains a lot.
Good
backup.
Yeah, like, oh crap, get in the game.
Yeah.
He served its purpose, but not
to the purpose he needed to for Bryce.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
So, I don't know about him because he made these comments and he's kind of just. I mean, now he owes Frank Reich, I think, over the next 3 years, like 10, 15 million.
Yeah, and I bet John Gruden's still on the Raiders checkbook, but that's besides the point. DE, yes, Justin Jefferson plays for the Vikings. It won't mean anything. Same scenario with Randy Moss. We can blame that on the quarterback, honestly, for both situations. The owner did not want him. They wanted CJ. We're referring to Bryce Young. I mean, bro should have just came out and said it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he tried to kind of backpedal a little bit, but it's very apparent.
bro was shuffling.
Quickly, yeah.
Bro was shuffling. Let's see. Chargers, Brandon Staley on Khalil Mack. We're witnessing one of the special players that you guys have ever watched. I also agree the same sentiment with Khalil Mack. I just think that bro just played on a bunch of bad teams that didn't
and he's
really...
just saying shit. I'm not taking away from him because I think Khalil Mack's like a future Hall of Famer, but like this is gonna sound like an asshole thing to say. Why are you bringing up shit? He sucks as a coach. He's talking about his defensive player when your offense just seems to falter. You drafted a receiver in the first round that sucks.
Yeah.
Drafted the wrong one.
Could have been Zay.
Could have been Jordan Addison. They have like 700 yards apiece. Quentin Johnson has like 150, one touchdown, and probably 25 drops.
Talk to him.
I don't like him at all. And I don't like how that was handled. You got blown out. You gave up that big league against Jacksonville, and everyone got fired. But so now guess who's up?
You're next. Yeah. What did Goldberg say?
You're next. Yeah.
Bills head coach Sean McDermott, playoff goals, quote, still within our reach despite 6-6 record.
I mean, yeah, but also, I don't know.
Let's see. 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuels has no regrets calling Eagles cornerback James Bradbury trash in offseason. You know what? We're going to have to get into that because, bro, might be onto something. He might. Because I am sick of bro getting cooked. I'm clapping my hands. I'm sick of bro getting cooked every week. But he came up with a pick. I can't say anything. I'm sick of our defense getting cooked, but we'll talk about it when we talk about the game.
They held him, that mattered.
What he said. Bears quarterback Justin Fields finds relief after overcoming sloppy game to secure win over. Yo, this shit writes itself.
Relief?
This shit writes itself. Can we talk about no? I want to save it. No, I'll talk about it right now. Can we talk about this is the first game in Bears history that they've never won a game by scoring a touchdown? Yes. Since 93, fam.
Yeah, I definitely didn't miss anything.
I was born in 94.
And think of all the atrocious quarterback play that
Since. And they scored.
Rex Grossman took him to the Super Bowl. He didn't take him to the Super Bowl, but he was the quarterback.
The defense took them.
They were still scoring touchdowns.
Bro, Kyle Orton managed to score in this.
Jay Cuddy?
Yeah.
Bro.
Mr. Cutler, honestly, could be argued might be the best quarterback in Bears history.
Yes.
I think he was better than Jim McMahon. That defense carried Jim McMahon back.
Oh, my goodness.
Whole different conversation, but yeah, that's an absurd stat. And it's the Vikings defense that Mac Jones cooked last year, that Jalen Hurts did pretty well against, even when he was stuttered in the beginning of the year. There are a lot of bad quarterbacks have carved this defense up.
And speaking of bad quarterbacks, DE says, F it Panthers, signed Cam Newton to a one-day contract for the best drip 8 years ago. You know what? Sign him. At this point, it's like
again.
I'm like, what's bro gonna do? I mean, how worse could the Panthers be?
Did you see the Cam Newton podcast too? He was talking to Dan Patrick.
No, I missed that. I saw the one he was talking to Brandon Marshall.
So what he said was, Dan Patrick asked Cam Newton, he said, with a full offseason, how many teams could you start on next year? Bro did not answer the question. He didn't give an answer. He was like, he said, well, that's the thing. He was like, in New England, and then when I came back to Carolina, he was like, I was there, I was ready to play, but I didn't have a full offseason with either one. And Dan was like, yeah, okay. He was like, but like, just out of curiosity, how many teams could you start on next year? And he was like, well, you look around the league and it just 2 minutes of just ramble. Yapping. He just fucking yapped.
Bro was on his word salad bush.
Yeah, he was trying to hit the word limit for the essay.
You know what?
He wasn't saying much.
Well, you know what? That explains a lot. Speaking of quarterbacks, Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell non-committal to Josh Dobbs remaining starter, and you traded for this man.
They got what's his name, Jaron Hill as the backup, who's a rookie that I think was the 6th or 7th round pick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to get better. So Now he's got Justin Jefferson coming back. So just stick with him.
Keep Dobbs in.
Yeah, stick with him.
More on quarterbacks. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow undergoes successful wrist surgery. Will rejoin team this week to begin rehab. Dolphins expected. Oh, they already signed. Jason Pierre-Paul off of the Saints practice squad. I don't think they brought this up, but the Eagles let go of Derek Barnett for the Texans to pick him up off of waivers. Come to find out, they were going to originally trade for Bro.
Oh, so
and they got him for way less. So it all works out.
How we fumble? Circle. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't going to be anything more than like a 6th-round pick, but why didn't they get that done? I wonder.
Who knows? Probably because
they're so deep in talent on the defense. We
was going to finesse them anyways. You saw what we did to Chicago off of Roquan. No.
Roquan's no. You guys got Robert Quinn.
Robert Quinn, who got arrested.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. Speaking of letting things go, Raiders released veteran cornerback Marcus Peters after 12 games, and apparently there was it's a good time that they released him because there was I think a 1-point-something mil incentive that they were gonna pay. So they released him, so they don't even they get to say that, and the guy who got arrested, their safety before their game.
Oh yes,
yes. So they let him go as well.
Well, I guess I don't know if Marcus Peters was a healthy scratch or they benched him, but Jack Jones ended up playing like 80% of the reps at cornerback. So good thing they got him.
Yeah.
And I guess Marcus Peters, I haven't kept up with every Raiders game, was getting obliterated.
Right.
On everything. So I guess the writing was on the wall. But.
They started that game good too.
Huh?
They started that Chiefs game good.
Yeah.
They did. I know. I kept looking. I was
like 14-0. I was ready to talk my shit, and then they came back.
Watching that, I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Bro was in Bizarro Land?
Yeah.
So, more on quarterbacks. Giants GM says Daniel Jones is starter when healthy. Team will address QB position in offseason. Now, I bring this up to say I could have sworn I saw that they were going to be looking into getting a different quarterback.
I think
they got.
I should keep him because Bro actually been slinging touchdowns. I think Bro has more touchdowns this season than Daniel Jones has had in 2 seasons. These past 2 seasons. Crazy, right? As Ronnie said, Panthers fire Frank Reich
Yeah.
after 110 start, and they let go of the OCs and the quarterback coach as well.
Great start for Bryce Young. Yeah, let's give him 10 games and then get rid of everyone who's taught him anything.
Yeah.
And start him over. Yeah.
Let's see. Other than that, head coach Sean McDermott on Bills OT loss to Eagles. We didn't do enough. Honestly, I think you did all you could. It was just really Madden curse. Sorry, I said it.
Yeah.
Let's revert to Jalen's run-in play.
Yeah, let's talk about
their cornerback is just sitting in the goal line.
Oh, yeah. Or we could also talk about the fact that for the first 3 plays of the game that we decided to throw the ball instead of running it. And then the second drive, we decided to run the ball. We're going to get more into that, too, because I have a lot of shit to get off my chest.
I have something that's it's not going to make you guys mad because I would hope you would acknowledge the truth, but I just want to bring up a statistic. Jalen Hurts has the most rushing touchdowns in like a 3-year span of all time. Good for him. He beat Cam Newton. I wonder how he got it.
Yes. I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
No, it's disgusting. It's awful.
I knew you were going to say it.
If you weren't watching Prime Cam Newton, and now in 20 years you're not even going to remember Prime Cam Newton.
I understand, and we're going to talk about it. Hold on, what happened? Was it something I said?
Suck it up, Bubba.
Oh, no. I understand. Trust, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I was so irate and I didn't want to put it in the group chat.
No, you good. No, I understand. I understand. Yeah. All-Pro linebacker Shaq Leonard is scheduled to meet with the Cowboys. Well, he met with Cowboys today, and then he's scheduled to meet with later this week.
One of y'all is going to be either Dallas is going to hate him. You guys are going to
hate him. Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, someone's going to.
He's in territory right now.
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah, he's treading. thin ice.
The fact that those are the two teams he's going
Yeah,
back and forth to.
yeah. Yo, what's good, Miles? Appreciate you. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving as well. I said it right. I almost said Christmas. I'm already blame commercials, dog. It's not my fault that we're in November and I'm seeing Christmas stuff.
This Miami Heat floor.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
Lastly, Travis Kelce becomes the fastest tight end to reach 11,000 yards. Mike Tomlin is not acting like Eureka, literally says, but Steelers top 400 yards and win over the Bengals. Okay, so if y'all reach over 400 yards, I bet Kenny Pickett better have thrown 300 of them things. I haven't seen the
You're gonna be disappointed.
You're disappointed against a backup.
Yeah, but the defense. I mean, the defense is okay.
Wow. Okay, you know what?
It does look a lot more.
So, all right, I'm going through. We're going to talk about your situation because I wanted to talk about it. We're going to bring it up because you know what I'm talking about. Y'all let go Will Grier to start Mac Jones to bench him for Bailey Zappi. We're going to talk about it.
Guess who got signed to the practice squad today? Will Grier.
Oh my god!
The strangest organization I think I've ever seen.
Y'all, I cannot take any more of this NFL madness. I cannot. And then, all right, and then the Jets let Tim Boyle stay in the game during that Black Friday massacre. I'm calling it a massacre, what they did to him, to announce that they're starting him again against the Falcons.
The exact quote was, we're going to go ahead and give Timmy another shot. And he has a nickname. He has a nickname, and he sucks that bad. He has a nickname.
Y'all, oh my goodness. Y'all, I can't do this anymore, fam. I genuinely...
Could you imagine calling a guy that's thrown like 7 picks in his NFL career?
He threw 3 picks.
Just in that game, not even including the...
He threw 3 picks and did not think to,
Then he got the garbage time touchdown to Garrett Wilson, which was just because Miami was less like
this is what y'all want Aaron Rodgers to come back to?
And then I can cook Aaron Rodgers just kind of as we keep moving along. He is so selfish. He is so self-centered that he's going to come back to this shit show because he wants to prove a point. Someone said, well, surely he wouldn't come back if they're not in the playoff hunt. I was like, it's Aaron Rodgers, right? He wants to be like, I did my all-natural supplement healing, and now my Achilles is better. Yeah, ayahuasca, and now I'm going to play again.
All right.
Meaningless garbage football.
Fellas, all right, I need a laugh.
Bye, Roberto.
Can y'all
Yeah.
Can y'all get your list so I can have a good laugh on the teams that we
Fine, dude. Fine.
I'm sorry, because wow.
Let's start with Sean and go this way.
Are y'all ready? I got my list up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So week 12, our predictions that we thought were gonna win. I know my first one flopped, all right. So our Thursday night, good God, our Thanksgiving game, the Packers and the Lions. I had the Lions winning and the Packers won. Fellas.
Lions. Don't know what happened.
Yeah, there you have it. So, Commanders, Cowboys, our second Thanksgiving game, if I will remember what a tab is. I had the Cowboys, fellas.
I'm not picking the Cowboys, sorry.
Cowboys, of course, Commanders.
Jeez.
Yeah. They would be 0-17 if Devin picked.
Oh my gosh. Our third Thanksgiving game, 49ers, Seahawks. I had the Niners.
Yeah, Niners.
Like the Niners, yeah.
Got you. Yeah. All right, so I am 2-1 right now. Going into our Black Friday game, the Dolphins and Jets. I had the Dolphins, fellas.
Dolphins. Who'd you pick, Devin?
Fam, I'm gonna need you to stop making those shot in the darks.
That one was outrageous.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Oof.
I'm gonna be saying this conversation after the shot in the dark on the fucking Green Bay Packers.
But here's where I take my L. The Bucks and Colts. I had the Bucks.
You did.
The Colts won.
I had the Colts. I took the Colts.
I had the Bucks.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was remember because I think we said it could go either way. I think we just randomly picked the Colts.
Right, and I went with the Bucks, thinking, oh yeah, of course I was going against the Colts. How about y'all win a damn football team? You know what, bro? She had the nerve to come in. She walked in and she was like, "How many games y'all gonna go to overtime? When's the last time y'all been in an overtime game?"
Damn.
Hey, what's your record?
Good, that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said.
God.
How about y'all find a quarterback?
Oh my God.
He's hurt.
Right.
That would be a good start.
Good Lord.
He's drunk 95% of the time. He's trying to own the team.
For real. So this one was a crazy pick.
Yeah.
The Patriots Giants, fellas. I had the Giants.
I did too. I went against my team. Of course I did.
Thank God, because wow, that who you got?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
But somewhere in the first quarter, I put $20 on the Patriots and lost it.
Yeah. All right.
He's a Giants fan.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan, which is fine. But we move on.
So I also had.
Of course not.
Our next game, I had the Steelers Bengals. I had the Steelers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
Damn, isn't that crazy? You would have never thought like 4 weeks ago.
Right. Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Circumstances happen.
We all was like, oh yeah, Burrow, get healthy. Bro came back to get healthy to go back
for a different injury.
Right.
Ankle's fine, wrist no.
Right. Titans Panthers. Hold on, let me off.
You didn't.
All right, Titans Panthers. I thought I could have remembered. I thought I had the Panthers, but I had the Titans.
Okay, we all went Titans.
Okay. Thank
Close
God.
enough, yeah.
Thank God. Because wow. Because I saw the score. I was like, frig, did I pick the Panthers? I could have looked, but this actually natural reaction. I actually prefer that. Fellas, the Jags Texans. I know who I picked. I picked the Texans because I was like, oh yeah, Jags won't win.
Texans.
The Jags won.
Yep.
Saints Falcons. I think I was dogging the Saints. I picked the Falcons to win, fellas.
Saints.
I had the Falcons.
Who won that game?
Neither team. Or no, who actually won?
Yeah.
Falcons.
They did, okay.
Yeah. Falcons won that team. Yeah.
I couldn't remember. That's the only game on here. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah. Falcons won that game.
Okay.
Rams Cardinals. The Rams won that game. I picked the Rams.
I went Cardinals.
Oof. Ugh. Oh, I think. Ooh. Browns Broncos, and we were talking about this game.
Yeah.
I picked the Broncos.
I picked the Browns. A little mistakey.
Oh. The more we do NFL coverage, the more I think I know. I don't know shit. That's why I'm still on the couch. But the Bills-Eagles game, home team always wins. Y'all know who I picked, and y'all know who I won. Who won? Y'all know who won.
What was something was going on that night? I put the Eagles and then I put the Chiefs. Oh, the Chiefs. They didn't play each other.
No.
Damn,
no.
I'm lost right now.
Yeah,
I thought it was a Sunday night game. I was like,
nah, bro, you tripping. That was
you
looking at last week's list?
I was looking at the Eagles and then I put Chiefs. I was like, no, I picked the Eagles. Yeah.
So next game we had Chiefs Raiders. It was looking a little dicey in the beginning, but Chiefs won. I picked the Chiefs.
I picked the Raiders.
That's not no. Well, I mean, you could have. You're almost there.
That's not very cash money of you.
It was not.
It almost was.
It almost was very cash.
Ravens Chargers. I remember this game as well. I picked the Ravens. The Ravens won, fellas.
Yeah,
Ravens.
And lastly, the game where we all thought was a layup, the Bears Vikings. I picked the Vikings.
Same.
Yeah.
And the Bears won.
Yeah.
So now that we covered this, we're actually going to.
I was 10-6. What were you? and 6. Yeah.
So
You're the
1,
same?
2,
No, the other
3,
way.
Oh, you're 6 and 10.
4,
Yeah.
5,
What's your bold
6,
prediction?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, 12. So I'm 12 and 6, maybe?
You 12 and 4.
12 and 4.
Yeah.
Wow. That's all I can do is guess because I can't do
That's not
shit
bad.
else.
That's not bad.
All right. So,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
fellas, all right. So I don't really want to get into every game. I'm not going to talk about the Cowboys Commanders game. I watched that game. It was more so the Cowboys defense just banged out the Commanders like a white girl at a frat party.
Hey, yo.
To be honest, not gonna sugarcoat it.
Yo.
The more disappointing game I was watching in the beginning was the Packers Lions. The Packers just outperformed the Lions. I mean, I'll read a few of the stats, but I won't go in depth as usual. Jordan Love really just pitched a shutout, 268 for 3 touchdowns. And this is without Aaron Jones as well. No running game. Christian Watson had a crazy game. Well, didn't even have a crazy game, but had a better game than he's had prior. 5 catches, 94 yards, and a touchdown. Now, if we go to the other side of the ball, you would think that, with the Lions losing, they would have played bad, right? No. Jared Goff, 332 and 2 touchdowns. Montgomery had a rushing touchdown.
Were there 3 picks in the Jared Goff stat line, though?
I show no picks.
I thought he threw a couple picks.
I thought he threw a couple picks, too. I could have sworn he threw a couple picks.
I thought
it was last week.
Maybe that was last week.
It probably was last week because this game, no picks, just 2 tutties.
Just kind of mid. I mean, he wasn't awful.
No, it was 332 and 2 touchdowns.
For some reason,
it seemed like he had like a bad game, but real shit, like everybody did well.
Jordan Love kind of perked up a little bit.
No, but I'm like, so my takeaway from this game was, wow, they got shut out. I know a lot of people are starting to write them off because now they're hitting a skid, but I mean, with good teams, that's bound to happen.
Oh yeah.
So I wouldn't count this team out. They'll figure it out, to be honest with you. Cowboys, Commanders, I mean, what do you expect? Unfortunately, if we were to look, the Cowboys have the best record against all the NFC East teams that they play. I mean, look up where they came from, their championship days, and now, so it's typical. It disgusts me saying that as an Eagles fan, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. 49ers, Seahawks game. I mean, 49ers really just shut them out. Geno didn't really play too well. If we're going off of the stats of what he did, Bro threw for 180 and a pick. Without Kenneth Walker there, the running game is somewhat dead, even though they did get some momentum. But Bro really couldn't throw the ball that much. But on the other side of the ball, we'll keep it even. Brock Purdy threw for 209, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. But Christian McCaffrey went off for 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards rushing. Debo got 1 rushing touchdown, and Debo led the way with 7 catches. So, typical NFC West rivalry showdown. Nothing real too specific. The Black Friday Massacre. My takeaway from this is that I'm sorry, Jets fans. If there's a Jets fan that ever comes across this, and I'm looking straight at the camera. If there's a Jets fan that comes across this podcast, let's keep it a buck, fam. Your organization is very incompetent. You have a head coach who, for some reason, I look at Bro and he just radiates bitch. I do not. I'm sorry. Someone up top is pulling his strings to where Bro can't cuff his balls and make a decision for himself. Let's keep it a stack. No, because we're gonna keep it a stack. Because real shit.
I like that. No, yeah,
because we gonna keep it a shit. We gonna keep it a buck. We understand that Zach Wilson isn't the answer, but the fact that Bro is literally still starting trash over Zach Wilson lets you know that your team is very incompetent. The reason why y'all are even relevant this season is just off of Aaron Rodgers and all the people he brought in.
I was going to say, so I'm going to piggyback off that. That's a good point. I was looking at that the other day. Aaron Rodgers might have single-handedly screwed this whole season up.
Yeah.
And whether he was healthy or not healthy, he brought in Randall Cobb. They brought in Randall Cobb for him. He is below the line of playing.
Yes.
He is not playable.
Yes.
Alan Lazard took 4 years, $44 million from them, and he was a healthy scratch 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Dalvin Cook came to play with Aaron Rodgers and looks like he's a 40-year-old man. I bet Adrian Peterson could probably get more yards than he could.
100%. 100%.
Their O-line's abysmal.
Yep.
Like you said, they're starting a quarterback that had a awful college track record. We went over it last week. And has an even worse NFL record.
And Nathaniel Hatchett, who everybody rightfully dogged.
Yes.
But then bro came up to save him. But look what's going on in Denver, and look what's going on in New York right now.
Look at the offense, how it runs. They brought him in for Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Because there's the Aaron Rodgers connection.
Yep.
But, like, is it if he doesn't have Rodgers, he can't coach?
Apparently.
So, I don't want to laugh at the Jets because we're in the same position. We're much worse.
Right.
Much worse position right now. But, like, also with, like, the Jets, like, I don't even know where they would go. It's the same thing. They're always going to have a good defense.
Yeah.
So they need to figure out their offense.
Yeah.
But like I said, you spent all this time and effort with Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
You have probably 3 or 4 players that you signed in the offseason that are no longer playable.
Right.
Because they were for Aaron Rodgers. So, and Rodgers is coming off the Achilles. He's going to be 40.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. They're a mess.
Yeah.
Do you think Robert Saleh gets fired?
Yes.
I think he would have to be the
He would have to. Because he's the fall guy, and I understand his position. Like, I know, like, I think honestly the worst job you could have in the NFL or in sports in general is being a coach.
It is.
So I understand, because you're dealing with the GM and then you're trying to make everybody happy and serviceable. But to be honest with you, put Zach Wilson back in.
You have to.
I do not care what bro does, because there's no way in hell you're telling me that you're going to start a dude who threw the ball 38 times, completed 27 passes for 179 yards, 2 picks, and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
I'd much rather take a Zach Wilson throwing 250, no touchdown, no picks, and winning a game.
Zach Wilson does suck, but you're just going to break him more because now he's got that mindset that this dude is starting over him.
Yes. And he knows he could do much better. We know that he could do much better than that, even though he's been playing like trash.
He's still a better option because he at least keeps the game.
He does.
Interesting. I mean, I think he can manage.
He would have gained more than 13 points.
Absolutely, and he manages the game a lot better than Tim Boyle does.
Yes.
And if you don't like Zach Wilson, then put in Trevor Siemian. I don't know what to tell you. Go sign whoever's left on the free agent.
You should have put Joe Flacco on the practice squad.
You could have definitely got Joe Flacco. Now he's in Cleveland, just kind of.
Or kept bro to mentor your own quarterback. This is what we're talking about, bro.
It's like Rodgers went down, and then they were like,
the whole team deflated off of one quarterback.
And Garrett Wilson's demoralized because he said he has no more words. They were like, "What do you think? Like, what's your?" He said, "I don't know anymore what to say anymore."
Bro, real shit. If you ask me, what do I think we're 4-7? What the hell do you think I think? We're 4-7.
And what, they were 4 they've lost, I think, 3 in a row.
Yes,
they were 4-4.
They
treading the water.
They tanked after they beat us.
Yeah. That was probably the highest of highs you could get. You just beat a team that was in the Super Bowl, and then you ride off that.
But then they couldn't create nothing off of that. And then their saving grace is Aaron Rodgers coming back or trying to come back.
And you hope that they don't lose. He's gonna. Was it this week? Or I think it was the week after.
The week after.
The week after he's targeting to play.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say they lose this weekend. They're 4-8.
There's no reason to bring him back.
Then what do you think, he's going to win 5 straight to 9-8 and probably still not even get?
Bro, you're not even going to get to the playoffs because I know y'all said that the Bills aren't going to make the playoffs, but they're gonna honestly, my hot take, and I keep forgetting that. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to remind y'all to do hot takes because I like doing the hot takes. My hot take is Bills are making the playoffs. Over because the Bills
good.
Exactly.
They played very good against a good team.
And with their new OC or their interim OC, I believe that they're going to win.
I just think they're going to struggle because the AFC isn't
packed.
It's not great, but it's all very middle of the line.
Yes.
To where it's like, what if Denver keeps going?
Exactly.
What if Cleveland figures it out and gets like a stable QB?
But they just lost their Myles Garrett went out, so now that'll mess up. He heard something in his shoulder pop.
Oh, okay. I think I remember that. I didn't remember if it was serious or not.
No. This actually
that would
affect. So now this affects how this defense will play.
I think I will say off of the pick that I said that they weren't going to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now with Burrow out, that eliminates Cincinnati.
Yep.
So it allows another AFC team to step up.
Mm-hmm. And I don't see Cleveland making it in because of quarterback.
No. I think Pittsburgh will, because I think they keep winning. They find ways to win, and I think if their OC and their offense keeps clicking a little bit, I think they'll get in.
Yep.
But I think there's a little bit of a clearer picture now because, like I said, if Cleveland falls back and then Cincinnati falls back, LA is definitely taking 7 steps back. They're not going, so I could see them.
Honestly, the way the bracket's looking now for in the hunt, it's funny because I saw that over this past weekend. The Bucks are still in the hunt and they're 4-7. That is laughable.
You ready for this? I did see this before I came over. I think it might have actually been at work. that division is so bad that the Carolina Panthers could still
make the playoffs,
win the division, and host a playoff game. If they won out and then Tampa lost, and then I think Atlanta would have to lose. They don't have to lose like 2, and they could win the rest. That would put them at 7-10, which would make them number 1 in the division.
Oh my god, this is a mess.
Yeah, that division is a mess again. Second year in a row.
But I'm sorry, Jets fans. I really got to keep it a buck with y'all because I'm tired of seeing every week. Man, just like bro wants to say, you know what, Zach Wilson is bad, and we have to start somebody else. But I'll be honest with you. Y'all put so much stock into one person, and he brought y'all offensive pieces to where you're even relevant right now. And after Rodgers, you still will be like, what now? What do we do?
Try to get a quarterback in the draft, but then you have to, because they're not even going to be in contention for.
No.
What if they win? They can't even tank right. They might win 2 more games.
They
Rodgers
can't
will come back and they won't even be able to tank.
Exactly. No, they can't take.
Yeah.
If they're smart, honestly, if they're smart right now, come back next season.
You have to. Yeah.
There is no reason why. Because right now, like, if they were at a 500 record right now, I can see him wanting to rush back. Yeah. There's no, because next week the Jets play the Falcons. Someone's got to win that game, and it's not the Jets. With Tim Boyle, you're lucky.
Yeah. Oh, you're not going to get 2 touchdowns. That would be a miracle.
You're lucky to even have the game be close after the first quarter.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. But that's honestly my gripe. Moving on to the next. My fault, y'all. Did y'all have anything else? Got you.
That was it, yeah.
My fault. I'm on a tear right now.
No, go.
All right. So the Bucks and the Colts. My takeaway from the game: Baker Mayfield was injured. I think the second or third quarter.
Came back.
He did come back. That one was a gimme game. To be honest with you. I guess it would have helped the Bucks stay in playoff contention, but right now they're 4-7. The Colts right now they're 6-5, competing with a very strong, all of a sudden, strong AFC South division. So they're actually trying to stay in contention of trying to make a wild card spot. So they needed that win more than the Bucks right now. Moving on to Ronnie's game. All I'm going to say, well, like I said earlier, Bill was very indecisive about the starting QB. For some reason, y'all booted Will Greer to start Mac Jones. To read off some numbers for you guys before I give Ronnie the floor. To start Mac Jones, who threw the ball 21 times, completed it 12 for 89 yards and 2 picks. And so off of that, because bro was playing that bad, you started Zappy, who completed 9 passes for 54 yards, and he added on to the interception total.
Oh, that was one.
You see that? Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson, bro, you really earning your dollars, bro, because he's the reason why y'all made it
even
close.
Have an offense. Yes.
Juju Smith TikToker. Apparently, bro's knee is still in in Cabo or wherever the hell they went for their Super Bowl run because bro only had 2 catches, and Tommy Soprano because they was playing Sopranos when they did his entrance had 191 and 1 touchdown. Ronnie, you got the floor, bro.
I kept saying, I think I said it about 30 times. I said this game is setting offenses in the NFL back. I don't even know how far. 10-7 is just. We knew it was going to be bad. I think you might have said like, oh, they could surprise us. They could get a couple touchdowns here and there. It was just awful. It was awful. Even the Giants, obviously they won, but their offense didn't even look like it was doing much. Saquon didn't have a lot going on the ground. I think he made it like 40, 50 yards.
46 yards.
46 yards. So the Patriots defense, there was a statistic too. They've allowed, I think, the second or third like lowest amount of points in the last 4 games. They have won 0 of those games.
Yeah.
Tells you how bad the offense is.
Exactly.
It's to the point where I go over it every single week, but the receivers don't run the right routes. The line still has problems blocking. Max still panics when people are in his face. He saw that firsthand. He was like, why is he throwing it? There's a lineman, there's a D lineman where the TV's at, and Max sees it and is like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? I might die.
Yeah.
And he just goes, yeah. He said that. He was like, he goes, he can't, he's just panics. He has no pocket presence.
Right.
He's scared. He's broken. He's cooked. It's over.
Jesus.
That's really how it is.
Wow.
Until he moves to a different team and tries to revitalize himself.
I don't think you can revitalize that, bro.
He needs to go as a backup behind like a really good veteran and sit.
So, I'm not trying to kick a person while they're down, but all that off-season stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we thinking it came back? I get it. He was chilling with his girl. Does he need to let the girl go? Does he need to be like, "Ayo, shorty, I need to concentrate"?
It's
because 89 yards
against the Giants defense. That's just
where bro literally only had to get upfield. He didn't have to do nothing crazy.
No,
he just could have dinked and dunked 5-10 for a run-in touchdown.
What's funny too is if you watch the comparison in the offense. So the Mac offense, they have more trust in his arm to be able to make plays because he does have a bigger arm than Zappy.
And that's crazy because they don't even mess with dude like that.
They don't. But then Zappy came out, screen, and that's how they got the touchdown.
Good God.
Because he was dunking.
They had to dumb it down for him.
It was screen, Ramondre, screen. And then they got a touchdown because that offense is going to work sometimes. I mean, if you throw it 2 yards down the field, you can hopefully have a receiver that's going to be able to make plays. Mario Douglas had a decent game before he got clotheslined, which you saw that, and they were arguing about that play too. But no, it's just like I honestly believe I think it's definitely the worst offense in the league. Watching it in person is like, and then Juju and Troy Brown, who's the wide receiver coach now, got into a huge thing on the sidelines.
Oh yeah,
Juju threw his helmet.
I remember Troy Brown.
Yeah, so he's the wide receiver coach now.
Yeah,
he definitely needs to go because I'm not saying it's one particular person's fault, but your receivers have combined for less touchdowns than Deron Bland has. Deron Bland has 5 pick sixes. Good. Patriots wide receivers have 4 touchdowns.
Good God.
So that's telling you something. But it's not going to get better. The only thing I am kind of happy about now, like I can never root against them, but draft pick. Now they're sitting at 3rd, so it's either Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Marvin Harrison Jr. You have like a generational player that can come into your system.
I'm afraid of anybody being drafted to this team, to be honest with you.
And I also don't want Bill to do it. If Bill's going to go, then get rid of him before the draft because you don't want him to pick a lineman and then, Caleb Williams goes and wins MVP in 3 years.
Typical Bill fashion to trade up and not even draft somebody.
He'll trade back for like 3 more picks in the 2nd or 3rd round, and then it's like, what are you going to do with those? Bad game.
The Steelers-Bengals game, and I'm definitely going to be quick about this. So, first 400-yard offensive game for the Steelers. Reading off the stats, Kenny Pickett threw 278 and no touchdowns. Najee Harris had 1 rushing touchdown off of 99 yards. Pat Fryermuth finally was the old tight end of what he used to be when Ben Roethlisberger was throwing him the ball. Had 9 receptions, 120.
Good game, yeah.
George Pickens is still out here doing cardio.
Good catch.
3 catches, 58 yards, and Deontay Johnson let the ball roll by him. So with that story, for everybody who knows or for those who don't know, prior to Matt Canada being fired, Deontay Johnson and Minka Fitzpatrick got into a altercation where apparently some things were said, and I guess bro was still holding on to it because I guess it really rubbed them the wrong way.
Did you see? You probably did. I should send these things in the group chat when I find them.
The fumble he I saw it. Yeah, when bro just literally looked at the fumble,
he's lined up and then the ball's like where the pod is.
Literally,
he just was kind of like that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks for them.
Yeah, and then we definitely in a new generation because you would have been let go immediately
off of that
following the game.
You were next week healthy scratch.
Wow, we are in a new generation because if you got away with that crap back in the day, you probably wouldn't have a job.
No.
So yeah, we're definitely in a new day and age. Again, my takeaway from this game, I still don't believe in Kenny Pickett. For all the Steelers fans, I'm sorry. Bro just hasn't really given me enough to be like, oh crap, y'all got a good quarterback. I mean, yeah, y'all are still winning games, and someone brought it up too. Why are we not talking about the 7-4 Steelers? Because y'all really aren't doing anything that makes us believe that y'all are a good team. I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah, people say that about us too, though.
We went to a Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, we kind of shit. Every game for the first half.
Yeah, well, we've been doing what we need to do. These motherfuckers been fighting with each other. I'm not trying to cope or anything. I'm just saying, on paper, yeah, this team is good, but I mean, as the weeks go on, it's like, oh, Steelers won.
We're definitely not as good as them. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I'm really not trying to disrespect this team. This is not a bad team. I genuinely would not put stock into think that y'all would go any farther than a wild card spot.
They're not using their weapons.
My point exactly. Why is George Pickens has 3 catches every freaking game?
Did you see the catch that he made that game? He went this way and this way and caught the ball this way.
No, I didn't see that.
Nuts.
But again, you have a perennial all-star wide receiver. Your running game is starting to build traction, and y'all have a good defense. But again, I truly do. I would not lose sleep if someone were to be like, "Oh yeah, Steelers are gonna come up." I'd literally just and wake back up. I'm sorry. It's all Steelers fans. I'm sorry. I'm not shitting on y'all. I just do not see the thing about this game. And then the Panthers Titans game. I mean, you couldn't have gotten. I don't know.
Did you see the last play of the game?
No, I didn't.
3rd and 7. Panthers are down by a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
No, excuse me, 4th and 7. And this was probably why he got fired. They threw a screen pass on 4th and 7. And then Adam Thielen got sunned. He got thrown off his block, and one of the other linemen fell. The center fell to his knee because he got demolished too. So then Bryce Young had nothing to do. And the second Bryce Young throws the ball, the camera is in perfect position. He throws it, and he puts his head down like this before he even gets tackled on the screen. Like, he knew. They told him probably screen for the. He knew. He was probably like, what or why? Couldn't say anything about it. He's a rookie quarterback.
Woo!
I felt bad for him in that one. That was bad play calling, but
terrible. The Jaguars Texans game, that was actually a pretty good game.
It started slow.
Yeah, definitely stopped. Typical Jags fashion. No disrespect. I just prefer. I do not know why this team play so damn slow in the beginning of the game, and then fourth quarter comes around. Oh yeah, let's start playing football. Trevor Lawrence threw for 364, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Calvin Ridley had a receiving touchdown. If you go to the other side of the ball, CJ Stroud had 304 yards passing for 2 touchdowns, and he also had a rushing touchdown. And Nico Collins went off for 104 receiving yards and a touchdown. So this was so battles like this is actually what's to come in the AFC South. So you guys are now relevant again after being one of the more irrelevant divisions in football.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to cover the Saints-Falcons because I want to talk about that. Eagles, Bills, and then lastly... Chargers, Ravens? Yeah, that was Sunday night. Yeah. Oh, you keep thinking Monday night was Sunday night. Oh, you want to talk about Monday night? Okay.
We could probably skip the Bears, Vikings, because we talked. Well, unless you want to talk about it.
So we didn't get in depth with the Monday night, but I'll briefly say what I want about the Sunday night.
I know. Yes, yeah.
Okay. So my only gripe with the Saints Falcons game is that the league is getting away with shitty performance. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. The only good game that I've seen this season to where I was like, that's a very good game, was Bills Eagles. Went into my fault. Went into OT. It was very back and forth. That was probably in terms of football, the best game that we've seen. Now, I want to say that, and you guys can disagree with me. Chat, if y'all agree, disagree, please let me know because this is an open chat. To be honest with y'all, this is the worst season of football I think that we're experiencing as fans. In my opinion. If we want to talk about calls, if we want to talk about fouls, if we want to talk about all of a sudden now how the roughing the passer has now became, in my mind, too rampant, the intentional grounding plays that are being the balls that are being thrown away are now being ruled as intentional grounding. Mm-hmm. That's really messing things up in my opinion. But overall, I think the overall quality of football that we watched has been terrible this season. Actually, I'm sorry. There was a close game, the Browns and Colts game. But that one was it was close, but it was ruled by who? The refs. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like let them play football.
Are these like all new refs this season or something? Because there's been a lot of bad calls.
There have been just a lot of bad calls. A lot of games, like you said, being decided by the refs, which you hate to see because it's not how you're supposed to play the game.
Or dry.
Saw it. The Ravens game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lamar got blasted like 2 yards out of bounds.
Oh yeah.
They didn't call it.
And then
they called the Josh Allen.
Yes.
The Josh Allen touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, floppy.
Mm-hmm.
Floppy bird.
Yeah. So I think overall the quality of what we watched this season is nothing compared to last season. Last season and the season
was so good.
Exactly. And the season prior, I think I was like, wow, that could have been game of the year. There has been only one game of the year this season, like if I had to, and that would be Bills Eagles.
Yeah, I would say just for the intensity factor too, and like edge of your seat. The rest of them, just like
nothing. But games like when we have Monday night games as let me pull it back up. Our primetime games like the Bears Vikings. No one wants to see that. Another primetime game, Vikings Broncos. Another primetime game, Chargers Jets.
You guys ready for another sad moment. I'm going to depress y'all. Speaking of primetime games, the Patriots have 3 in a row after this coming up 1 o'clock game. They got a Thursday game against Pittsburgh, a Monday night against the Chiefs, and then a Sunday night against the Broncos. So
it is just, and it mind boggles me because I know that deep down they know that we will watch this because this is our only sports fix. But when you give us trash like the Bears and Chargers on a Sunday night game,
problem.
Or I'm sorry,
these games should be games in like July.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know how excited we would be for these games in July?
Film the Chiefs Packers Sunday night. How one-sided can that game be?
July game.
These are like games like when the Hall of Fame game comes on, we're like, oh, it's football, it's football.
Literally.
But like the later in the season, you're like,
we have 2 Monday night headers. We have the Packers. I almost said Panthers again. Packers, Giants, and Titans, Dolphins.
But the Eagles play the Bills at 4:00.
Thank you.
Flex. Yeah.
We're having game of the week or the games of the week at the 425 flex.
Yeah.
The 49ers Eagles game is probably going to be the most watched.
Watch this. Watch this. Y'all watching? Yeah, you watch it? You want to know what time that?
4.
What the fuck is the game?
425.
Where is the? Thank you, 425. I was trying to.
You don't know this? What kind of fan are you?
Thank you. We have that at 425, but then they're gonna sneak in Chiefs Packers on a Sunday night game, and to flip that into Bengals Jags on a Monday night, and no Joe Burrow.
Yeah, with no Joe Burrow. With Joe Burrow, maybe.
That's a good game. No Joe Burrow, we're still watching.
Yeah. But like a Monday night game, dude.
Bro, no, that is a Monday night.
Yeah, but Jacksonville finally gets a Monday night game.
Oh yeah, since
1996.
Yeah, that is wild. But yeah, bro, that's honestly my like the Saints Falcons game, and you know what pissed me off about the Saints Falcons game too, how everyone put so much stock into Derek Carr. And I'm no disrespect to you because I know you was hyped for him, but what I'm saying is the fact that bro came in and single-handedly, I feel like he made this team worse.
Absolutely,
yeah. So much better on the Raiders.
Which is crazy because he was inconsistent on the Raiders too. This game, he threw for 304 and an interception. I get it. You came here, you want to make an impact. You went through a concussion. You're dealing with an on and off shoulder injury, which I called like 3 weeks ago when he got it.
Yeah. The AC joint's going to be...
So his shit going to be on his shit looking like a yo-yo right now on a string and a ball in his shoulder when bro could have just let Jameis Winston come back.
Yeah. And what's crazy, so like, this might be a hot take. I wouldn't want him on my team.
No.
I would rather watch, I'm talking about Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather watch Jameis Winston on 80% of the teams right now.
Yes.
Because I know I'm going to be like, oh, what's he about to do?
Exactly.
I wouldn't want him on my team, but I would love to watch him.
He will finish the game with either...
Oh, right now, I would love Jameis Winston.
Oh, 100%. Because he would at least get the ball out.
Yeah, and he would throw for like 400 yards, and it would probably be like 5 picks and 3 touchdowns.
And then they won the game.
Yeah, I'd be like, what did he just do? And he's exciting. I love him.
Yeah.
It's like, as a person, he's
funny, yes.
Yeah.
He has a personality, but wow, that game pissed me off. And it was the fact that it was aired. Like they had the gall to air this. And this was one of my other options. And I had to sit. I didn't even tune in. Thankfully the Japanese made PlayStations, and so I don't have to watch shit like that. But then Desmond Ritter threw 168, 1 touchdown, 2 picks.
The Japanese didn't make the PlayStation.
I was saying if I didn't have something else to entertain me, I would have had to watch that. That was basically what I was referring to. Because wow, bro came back and was still trash. He was benched for a reason and came back and still threw trash. And this is the mediocrity that Tom Brady's talking about. Shitty development in facilities.
Yeah.
We're putting guys who are overhyped in positions where they're not ready for that shit yet.
No.
No disrespect to Caleb Williams, but what the hell y'all think bro's about to do?
One or the other.
The University of Spoiled Children have been on a losing skid.
Oh my god! I've
What
never heard that before.
What the hell do you think they're
That's
gonna
USC.
do?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely do not get where we're at in sports today. Half the people are like, we need to appreciate the talent that's in sports today. Then you got me, throw me in there as a boomer, but I'm like, we're overpaying trash.
This is like a year for college ball, basically.
Really? I mean, at least it's even. It's like I know what I'm gonna get.
And then they just sign people to contracts that don't deserve the contracts. Daniel Jones is
finessing.
Not even be the starting quarterback next year.
Bro is not even worth a tenth of that percentage that y'all signed him. The only reason why y'all signed him, New York, is because he barely got y'all to the playoffs.
And won a playoff game against Kirk Cousins, who wasn't winning that game anyway.
Because y'all damn well know if he didn't win y'all that game, y'all would have kicked him. We all called it too that y'all was releasing him, and y'all just so happened to win, and that y'all felt, I'm gonna say it, y'all felt entitled or obligated. Obligated is the word I'm looking for. Obligated to sign him.
They jumped the gun and rode his coattail because they were like, "Oh, he can do this again next year." But even when he was healthy, you can say he's hurt now, but even when he was healthy,
he was barely getting by.
Yeah.
This is honestly the mediocrity that we're having to deal with.
Yeah.
I don't get it. We have quarterbacks who are serviceable that you refuse to sign, or you make them strictly backups, but then you have actual backups that you're starters, aka Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
That's a backup. No disrespect to your guy, Mac Jones. Backup. And then
the right system.
And then lastly, because we're gonna get to the Justin Fields. I'm so in between wanting to call him trash, but I am tired of organizations putting trash around that team and blaming them for not winning.
Yeah.
Justin Fields.
Chicago specifically for decades and decades.
They put so much trash around that offense and then blame the quarterback. I get it. Brady did it. But Brady is one of a kind. Brady, he is light years ahead of other quarterbacks. Hell, the people who are above the head coach. He is light years ahead of him to where he can literally dissect the defense and put mid receivers in a position to win. Now name another quarterback who can do that with one wide receiver. And bro did that with a tight end.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman was on the back end of his career. He already peaked when they won Super Bowl, whatever, and then he was already on the back end of his career. And then they grabbed
the last Super Bowl they won, Chris Hogan,
yes,
lacrosse player.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Amendola had been with 3-4 teams before that.
Mm-hmm.
Philip Dorsett.
Yes. And then name somebody on that defense besides Ronnie.
Oh, yeah.
Because he knows.
Yeah.
Oh, they're saying like he played defense for them.
No. I was saying like name somebody on that defense who was actually like a star-worthy defender besides Tom Brady taking a bucket of water and a pack of damn honey buns to a Super Bowl.
On the defense?
No, I was just saying on the team.
That he continued every single year, and even the years that they were so bad, he was still going to conference championship games.
Yes. I can't.
And there was so much blind hate, and I get it because they won all the time.
Oh, it was Belichick. Oh, it was Brady.
It was not.
So now you put Justin Fields in that position, but what's up?
I got a hot take on it.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't think Bill's a good head coach.
That is, oh my god.
I think Brady carried him.
They needed each other. I don't think Brady wins that many Super Bowls with a different head coach. But I think Brady did. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a 70-30 split. 70 Brady, 30 Belichick. About that.
So actually,
I give you that, but I won't.
so I definitely want to. I definitely want to dedicate some time to that. So, rush it. Let's talk. Let's talk about it next week.
That's fine.
We'll cut the pod in half, and then on like the back end, we'll definitely talk about it because that's definitely that's actually something I want to talk about too because I saw it. I've always been on the fence about it, but I don't know. I genuinely think they don't get as far as they did without one another.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a that's a one in a million type of deal.
The greatest, I'm not afraid to say, the greatest defensive mind I think that's ever coached. Mm-hmm. I honestly think so. So those defenses that he put together, absolutely. And then he gave Brady scraps at offense, but Brady's Brady. So
yeah.
I think they just, I think they juggle it together.
I think it's definitely hard to say because with Brady being as young as he was, I mean, I don't know, bro. You can't 1A 1B. I don't want to say it's like Shaq and Kobe because they both won chips after they separated.
Yeah.
So, but then it's like I don't know, dog. It's difficult.
Hard to say. Brady helped his case by winning in Tampa.
Right, exactly. And then Belichick has not won anything since.
One playoff appearance in 5 years with Brady.
Right.
Yeah.
But to continue what I was saying, teams expecting quarterbacks to win with nothing. We need to end this trend today. After this season, I think that if you do not have a decent team around a quarterback, it's not the quarterback's fault. The Panthers situation, young quarterback. You have one good wide receiver, one good tight end, and a carousel of running backs. Who's that to blame? Was this team even contending to begin with? Y'all let me know. I don't think they were contending. They looked good on paper. I had them winning the South. Thank God I didn't put money on them. The Packers, Jordan Love, were we expecting him to do anything with this offense? Hell no. We were expecting him to just get to the offseason and this be a showcase for him. Currently, they're 5-6 with nobody. Mm-hmm. Christian Woods. Aaron Rodgers took all the good people with him. Mm-hmm. Chargers. Every year, someone gets hurt. You only got Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. That's only due to glass. Yeah. That's only due to injury. So I don't necessarily count that. But that's honestly my gripe. I'm tired of seeing it. It's a trend. It's terrible. It's tasteless. It makes the NFL look bad. It makes quarterbacks look bad. It makes people who actually have talent look like they're just below average. Do I think Justin Fields is a bad quarterback? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. After last night's game, Monday night game, yes. That was a wide the hell open ass game. That was a terrible game. And since we're talking about it, I'll cover it and then we'll talk about Philly. Bro, I don't know, dog. Like, it's definitely hard. Like, I genuinely sit here and watch sports, and it's like, it's hard to watch sports now. I love sports, and it's difficult to watch sports. I see why people are doing XFL and shit, but it will never compete with the NFL. That's why it will never gain the traction that it has. So we're stuck in this infinite vortex of trash officiating, trash coaching, trash development.
Difficult to watch football.
That.
NFL football.
Yes. Speaking of
like college, you had four games that could have been game of the year in the NFL just on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Washington versus Washington State. Auburn versus Alabama.
Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah. And even Florida State.
And that game remained closer than it did.
It was close to the fourth quarter. And then they got a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then he threw a pick six.
Yeah.
The last 5 seconds. And it was over. But even then, that's 4 games that could have been game of the year in the NFL
Right.
in one night.
Exactly. Speaking about the Chicago game, Justin Fields threw the ball 37 times, completed 27 passes for 217. Again, the running game's dead, so I'm not even going to mention it. And DJ Moore had 11 catches for 114. Even though bro was sick of losing in Carolina, you get traded to a 4-8 team, and you're the best receiver on the team.
Yeah, nothing around you.
Meanwhile, Joshua Dobbs, everybody, and ESPN was on this man's Johnson every day, threw 4 picks, had a 1 touchdown, and the final score was 12-10.
Awful.
Maybe he should be an astronaut.
He might need to be.
So, honestly, we were talking about it earlier. Do we have a quarterback problem? A quarterback problem for Chicago? Do they draft a quarterback? I'm going to be honest with y'all. You draft Caleb Williams, it's the same thing.
It is. It's a vicious cycle.
The organization is that incompetent to realize that you cannot win with this. Everyone keeps blaming it on Justin Fields. Honestly, I'm gonna tip my hat to Justin Fields as to the fact that bro is even still healthy in this offense.
I know it could get a lot worse.
He won the game before that too, right?
Yes, without
pretty good game.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, they lost, but it was a very close game. Yeah, it was to the Lions.
They've lost 2 or 3 really close games this year. They lost the Tampa game, like week 2 or week 3, when he panicked and threw an interception at the end. I think they were down by like 2 points. He had like 3 minutes to go down the field. Yeah, but I think at that point, to answer the question, like who would they pick? I think they would pick Marvin Harrison Jr. because you can't just dump Fields. You're right. It's gonna be the same thing. So if you get another receiver, you put him with DJ Moore, then you try it again. You could draft a quarterback like later in like the 4th or 5th round if you wanted to. But yeah, there's really not a lot of answers to just flip the switch on this team.
I wouldn't even draft a quarterback. I would just go ahead and get a backup. I wouldn't even waste a draft pick. Yeah, don't even waste a draft pick
Try
on
to just put as much to your capabilities,
right,
talent around them, and then try it again.
Yeah, because real talk, to me, I think what teams or everybody else up top is missing is the fact that you do not have enough offensively to have this team be successful. I mean, your running game, no one really ran the ball well. Justin Fields ran the ball majority of the time because the O-line is bad. You fix the O-line. Oh, well, we drafted a center and we drafted a tackle.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
How many times did y'all have to interchange that lineup? Thank you. How many times do we see Badgett, your backup, get sacked or throw the ball away or rush out of the pocket? It doesn't matter who you put in this offense, and then y'all get mad at the quarterback for not performing, and then you wonder why you can't run the damn ball because your line can't hold up. This was an easy game for both teams. And this did not have to be this close. And we had to watch that as fans because you know that we will. I'm dumb enough to watch it. Not saying they're dumb. I'm saying I'm dumb.
I didn't watch it. I'm not dumb.
Thank you.
Put it on.
Well, see, but again, I'm dumb because I will accept trash like this because this is my only fix for football, and this is what we're rewarded with. And again, Josh Dobbs threw for 4 picks. I don't really know what else to say. I guess overall it's just like the quality. Honestly, the quality has been terrible. Overall. But do we have a quarterback problem? No. We have a ownership problem. We have a coaching problem. I'll be honest with y'all, I do not want any top 5 draft pick going to Chicago because they will do absolutely nothing.
No. At least put him in a at least get into a team, I guess, that doesn't have a track record of bad
Bad
decisions.
picks.
I don't want to do the like. Oh, I'm gonna like side with New England. At least New England has the pedigree of winning within the last recent memory. They have an owner that cares about winning. They don't have a coach, I think, right now that's competent. But between like, I wouldn't even want them to go to Arizona.
I was just about to say, because then you have Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
You have, I want to say the Rams. Actually, the Rams are
like 6th, I think, picking 5th or 6th right now.
Oh God, they're 5-6.
Oh, they went up a little bit. I forgot they're back now.
So they're 5 because they just beat the Cardinals, so they're 5-6. You have the Bucks 4-7. You have the Panthers. I mean, but we don't know how long the Panthers are gonna.
The Panthers don't have their pick either
because they traded it to Chicago.
So 2 Chicago picks in the top 5 right now.
Oh my God!
And then don't forget the Giants are picking. But what would the Giants even pick? Because you pick a quarterback and then you're stuck in cap hell with your quarterback.
They'd have to go wide receiver.
You would think they would.
They would have to.
Or get an O lineman to keep Jones upright. I don't know. I mean,
they need. Wow, I really wish we could do like a whole freaking breakdown of this crap, man. Because look, if we do a breakdown, y'all better holler at us because we're doing this for free.
Yeah.
All right. Lastly, we can talk about the Philly game. Then we can talk about our predictions and then anything else we wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
I'll just read off the stats real quick, and then I'll give y'all guys the floor, and then I'll say my little spiel last. Josh Allen threw the ball 51 times, completed 29 passes. He threw 51. That's what
50% completion percentage.
And that's
what you throw it that much, it's gonna happen.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have play against a great running defense, but at the same time, that's what happens when you don't run the ball that often. He threw for 339 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. He also had 2 rushing touchdowns for 81 yards. Gabe Davis had 6 receptions, 105 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Stephon Diggs had 6 receptions, 74 yards, and a receiving touchdown. And James Cook also had 6 receptions. Going over to Philly, I know Hurts threw the ball 31 times, completed 18 passes. He had 200 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Hurts also had 2 touchdowns. Ronnie will bring up why.
One of them was. The other one was like a 15-yard run.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the game.
Devontae Smith finally had a good game. I think it was since like week 1 or week 2, I think. Bro had 7 receptions, 106 yards, 1 touchdown. AJ Brown also had a receiving touchdown, and Zacchaeus, thank you. So I actually saw, before I get y'all the floor, I saw that no, I saw that someone posted in like the Philly group page on Facebook, and they said that Quez wouldn't have caught that.
Probably not.
Jesus. All right, floor is y'all's. Overall take of the game.
Take game. The Bills have a thing against losing really good games.
Facts.
0-6 all time. Josh Allen overtime.
Yes, I saw that stat. I was
very
like, wow,
good, very nice. They changed that overtime rule for him when that what was it, the Kansas City game, the divisional game.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was like, "That's outrageous! You could get the ball back." Well, he can't even do his own rule right. So
that's in the playoffs.
Yeah, that is in the playoffs, but still, they changed over. I mean, the overtime rule used to be first person that scored, it's over. It's
I know.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, it is. In the regular season. It's only in the playoffs.
No, they.
Mm-hmm. That rule only accounts for in the playoffs.
Oh.
Wait, no, sorry. He's halfway right. If they kick a field goal, the other team can score a touchdown.
Yeah.
But
that's
if they
no,
it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't. I swear to God.
No, not all the time, dog. No. Bro, Tebow and the Steelers.
That too, yeah.
If you get the ball first, you can kick a field goal. The other team.
Back then, dog. No, I promise you.
If you get the ball first and you don't score any points, they can go kick a field goal and win the game.
No, how long ago? The reason why I say that is because
that's been forever. So the rule in the playoffs now is you can score a touchdown.
In it?
and then they have a chance to come back and score another touchdown.
Oh, in the playoffs?
In the playoffs. Not in the playoffs. You can't get the ball first, go kick a field goal and win the game. You have to score a touchdown to win the game. If you kick a field goal, the other team gets the ball too. Like, you don't get a chance to get it.
No, it's been a long time though. He's on to something, but because 13 years ago, they said the NFL has seen those rules change, started gradually as the league first decided that overtime should no longer be a true sudden death period, only a sudden death if a touchdown scored. So it used to be regular season touchdown gets scored.
Oh.
Or now that's how it is. If a touchdown gets scored, no matter what, it's over.
Yeah.
But if a team would kick a field goal, it was sudden death no matter what.
Got you. Okay.
Because remember then, you used to have multiple overtimes.
Yeah.
You used to see 2 OTs, and they were like, that's too much. You can tie it.
Got you. Okay. My fault. Because for some reason, I was so old school where it's like, it went to OT and first score, no matter who scored, won.
Yeah. And then, and he said in the postseason, now it's no matter what happens, touchdown, field goal, other team gets the ball back.
Okay.
That was for Josh Allen.
Got you. Okay. My fault. I would have had hella hate mail right now.
But overall take of the game, Josh Allen, not clutch. Jalen Hurts.
Damn.
No, go ahead.
You don't think he's clutch?
Oh, I mean, if anyone's clutch is freaking Jake Elliott. I'm playing. But no, I mean, bro is clutch.
He might have kicked Justin Tucker out of that spot. Tuck's missed. He's 80% right now. It's his
Brody looking. I know
what happened last time he had a big field goal?
He got a drug test?
No.
He lost?
They won the Super Bowl.
61
yards.
Jake Elliott?
Yeah. That year that he hit the 61-yarder, we won the Super Bowl.
I didn't see it. That was 25 years ago you guys won the Super Bowl?
Shut the fuck. We can say that about you.
More recently, 2018, what was it, 2011? 2017, I forgot.
Bro, y'all won 2018?
Yeah, we beat the Rams.
Oh, yeah, that game.
Yeah.
Oh, my fault.
Someone posted, the only reason I brought it up, because I got infuriated. Someone said, when the dynasty ended, and it was you guys won the trophy. And someone posted a picture with the next year, and they were like, fuck, he won the Super Bowl the next year. What are you talking about? Dynasty, and y'all didn't in the dynasty, he had one more in him, and he won another one.
That is tough.
Not with New England, but yeah, carry on.
Overall, I think this team is tough. Again, defense, we're getting look, our defense, we're getting clapped. Okay. I forgot Nakobe Dean was out. It was Zach Cunningham left with an injury. Fletcher Cox left with an injury. Yeah. Jordan Davis, I remember bro was on the ground. I was about to split my TV into two because I was wanting bro to get up because we can't keep losing anybody else.
Yeah.
My overall thoughts of the game, wow.
Jalen Carter, dog. Blocking field goals.
We definitely called it. Which Josh Allen we were gonna get? We got the better Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. We got the more decisive Josh Allen. I did not see this game going to overtime, but I knew it was gonna be close. Our defense, I mean, I'll be honest with you, our defense is getting clapped. If y'all look, the Bills made an example of what the 49ers are gonna try and do to wow. And then let's talk about sacks. We can't hold water if we held it in our hands in a cup. Bro, it is crazy. We were getting pressured out the bungaloo. So, play calling. I've been saying this every week. Brian Johnson, give the play calling back to Nick, please. If the Dallas game wasn't enough, if this game wasn't enough, what was it, a third down or something? We threw a screen to Julio Jones? Or second and long? Fam, I'm telling y'all, if y'all keep it up, I will not have a TV to watch games on anymore. This is outrageous. The first possession, we throw 3 passes that all got thrown away. Meanwhile, we traded for a running back who barely got the ball. He got the ball 14 times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You want to know how many times Hurts ran the ball? 14 times. Where's the running game? Why did we have Miles Sanders go for over 1,000 yards last season? Y'all didn't want to keep, bro. You get a better running back. Y'all barely give him the ball. Why are we throwing screen passes? RPOs are getting us killed. I don't understand, fam. Sometimes I feel like this offense is a high school offense, and then other times we get a ball to Smitty and AJ Brown. I'm like, all right, we back in here. And for another thing, we suck at getting our slot receiver open or giving him a chance to get the ball. But I will give it. I will credit the Bills defense. They were they were showing diagrams of how they were playing our offense. Wow. Where was that defense all season from the Bills? Wow, bro. Because they were showing they blanketed everybody. Yeah. You would have thought that they was doubling everybody, but no, it was just the crazy ass coverage that they were playing.
Even that throw to Zacchaeus.
It was yes,
he mossed.
Double coverage.
Bro, he mossed on me. That throw from Jalen.
It was tough. It was a dot.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, why are we struggling so much? I'm like, I don't even bother looking at the chats that I'm in Philly anymore. I don't even bother looking because half the people are like, fire so and so, and then we're like, oh yeah, we won. Oh, we're good. We're the best team. I don't listen to that crap anymore, dog.
I told you every week that meme. Every week. That meme.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to play. We're playing the most stressful time. Oh, we won.
Yeah.
Fuck. So my overall take, we did very well. Went as well as I thought it was gonna go. Defense, we're still getting clapped. Cornerbacks, whatever. James Bradbury, I hope you lock down Debo, or at least if Purdy throw the ball his way and you pick that shit off and you tote that thing back to the crib. That's all you got to do to redeem yourself. You don't got to bring it back to the crib, but pick off the ball when it go into Debo.
Purdy's also been staying in the pocket a little bit more, so we need to get to him.
Well, Trent Williams is back. That O-line has, huh?
That's one guy.
That one guy hasn't allowed a sack since he's been in the league.
I know, but
our O-line needs to hold up. Why does Kells keep false starting?
I was gonna say, what was up with 2 of them?
Yes,
2 of them. Right when they.
How about us not letting any sacks go because we got Chase Young on one end and racist Nick Bosa on the other, and you know our quarterback is black.
You saw the stats. So, he's averaging a sack and a half against black quarterbacks.
Yes, yeah. White quarterbacks doesn't even touch him.
No,
at all.
The pressure percentage is way down.
It's
weird. It's weird. It could just be because it's the teams they're playing, but it's weird. It's weird.
I don't think so. I think bro's racially motivated. I think he's racially motivated. Hey, but that's just me. That's just me. But
that's don't lie. Yeah.
No, real shit. Numbers don't lie. But yeah, let's work on the penalties. Let's work on the fact that we need to get the ball out quicker. Let's not let real shit. If bro's getting rushed, throw the ball away. I will be totally fine with him throwing the ball away because we will live to see another down. Not, oh, he's scrambling. Oh, I'm going to turn around and get speared.
Yeah.
And then your knee on top of that. Fam, offensively, I know we got to get it together. Look, I understand we're clutch. I love this team to death, but there's just a lot of things we got to clean up. I'm not saying be picture perfect Peyton Manning, just toss that junk, nickel and dime, all that stuff. I'm not saying that. Hell, if we need to start doing it, check the ball down more. I'd rather a 2-yard check down and us live to see another day than starting a possession where we throw the ball away 3 times.
Yeah.
That's really all I got to say. Yeah, DeAndre Swift only caught 1 pass. Hell, check the ball down. We got how many running backs who haven't seen the field? And Kenneth Gainwell had a fumble. Bro's too busy worried about his damn phone and over here fumbling the ball. But hey, he get paid. I don't.
I will say that the game-ending play was a nice play.
Oh yeah, clutch. And I saw how Drew, the old Lions quarterback, how like he broke it down.
You see, like the entire O line
Mm-hmm.
push everybody this way.
Mm-hmm. After they set Swift on that motion, move the defense, and everybody just straight to the left.
They sent Devontae deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other than that, so my takeaway from my prediction for the 49ers game, they'll go the same way. I will.
I'll be sweating.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a different animal than Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this will definitely. And then after the 49ers, we got to head to Dallas.
Ooh.
And that's a Sunday night
Dallas?
game. Yes. Oh yeah, we're at Dallas.
They said we already played in Dallas.
No. We played at home.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we played at home. Now we're going to Dallas. It's gonna smell like Funyuns in there, but hey, that's me. That's just me. It's gonna smell like it's a sports show. I'm not gonna say that. All right, y'all want to get y'all lists out?
Yeah.
Let me know when y'all are ready.
All right.
So Thursday night, we have the Seahawks and Cowboys. I am going with the Cryboys.
I'm gonna tune in. It could be serviceable game. Yeah, I'll go with the Cowboys.
I can't do
Just the way that Gino's playing.
Yeah, he's looking a little bit more like Jets Gino right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I understand why you're not, but
Yeah.
That's fine.
So now we're on the Sunday games, 1:00. We got Colts Titans. I'm going with the Colts.
No, I'll take the Titans.
Yeah.
Then we also have Falcons Jets. I'm going with the Falcons.
Absolutely. This might be lock of the week.
Then we have Lions Saints. I'm going with the Lions.
I'm also going with the Lions off of a loss.
Yeah, I think I'll let that happen again.
Both teams lost.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly. So yeah, I don't think the Lions will definitely come back. So interesting game. Broncos Titans. Now or Texans, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Broncos Texans.
No.
Broncos Texans.
Texans all the way.
Broncos.
Fuck.
Let me see, Jay.
What that defense do?
They're riding some sort of weird streak, and it's going to become a story soon. I think their winning streak.
Kyler.
Fuck.
It's a 1 o'clock game?
Yeah.
You get back in town? No.
On Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm not leaving until Tuesday or Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here this. I'm not missing.
You said you're leaving this Friday.
No.
My fault, y'all. I really don't know who to pick. It's the Broncos defense that actually I didn't really cover the Browns Broncos game, but the Browns their quarterback left with a concussion.
DTR is down. PJ Walker came in.
PJ Walker only threw 56 yards.
Yeah.
Who's playing the Browns?
Browns and sorry. I have to go back. Browns Texans.
That's the next game after the Broncos game.
I'm sorry. This is this Sunday's game.
Oh,
wait, what?
Sorry. I was going back to last week when they played the Browns. I was going over the stats.
He didn't cover the Browns Broncos game.
That happened this past, yeah. So this week, So this week, Browns Texans.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know. This is
Wait, this week is Brown Texans? Or
yes.
Broncos Texans.
Broncos Texans. I'm sorry. Broncos Texans. Sorry, y'all. I see orange and I see Broncos and Browns. My fault, but the Broncos and the Texans. Oh God, my fault, y'all. Y'all waiting on me.
It's time for
No, you're
big.
good.
I really don't know because the Broncos have been on a streak lately, but the Texans, I don't think they'll lose twice. But they're playing a very good defense. Like
I know.
that defense is playing a very young offense, but I don't think that Russ will. Oh my God, I'm going Texans, but I think the Broncos
Yeah.
will.
I'll say the Broncos.
Actually, I'm going Broncos. I'm sorry. I'm switching the Broncos. If I lose, I lose. Okay. Anyways, Chargers, Patriots, going with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sheesh, we got a
Might
fan.
get ugly.
We got a fan favorite going against his own team.
I told you they're not going to win another game this year. I believe
No,
it.
no, no. It's just
Yeah.
the fact that you have to even do that.
Oh, very sad. I know.
What was once a Super Bowl game? Cardinals Steelers.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for those who are curious, since I brought that game up, I actually went with the Cardinals when they had a good team.
Yes. Oh, back in
Larry Fitz.
Yep.
Which they could have easily won that.
And
Antonio Holmes.
San Antonio Holmes made that Tony toe tap touchdown in the corner of the end zone, which was crazy. Dolphins Commanders. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'll take Dolphins.
Speaking of which, I need to see Emily's fantasy team. Panthers Bucks. I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah, I'll take the Bucks.
Yep. Bakey bake.
Eagles 49ers. You already know the deal. I'm going with Philly.
And Fran.
That's fair.
Respectfully, I went with you on last week.
No, that's fair.
Who's that?
At Philly.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough environment. No, I'm gonna go 49ers.
Browns Rams. I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah. Rams.
I'll go Browns.
Remember they
No QB, no Myles Garrett. I'll go Browns. I'm gonna go with the Browns.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Sheesh. Well, just had to throw that out there just in case.
Oh no, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay. Chiefs Packers. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, Chiefs. Deep breath.
You going with the Pack?
Yep.
What an upset. That would be crazy.
I'd see the Chiefs treating the Pack like they just treated the Raiders 31-17.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a score prediction, I'm going with that same score, 31-17. This will not by any means be a close game to me.
We'll see about that.
I mean, even though bro put up 29 on them on the Lions, I don't think bro gonna outdo Mahomes. And lastly, the Monday night game, no Joe Burrow. Got the Bengals versus the Jags. I got the Jags.
Yep.
Monday night.
And it's in Duval.
Yeah, definitely Jags.
Wait. So the Packers game is on Sunday night?
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going back. Let me choose.
And that is your week 13 lineup. Very decent lineup. It's all right, but
could be some decent games. Should be better than last week.
Yeah. Other than that, y'all, that was really it. Just wanted to get off my chest about just the state of sports in general, really.
Yeah.
Again, I'll always be a big sports fan and still watch and cover sports, but genuinely, like I can't get through a game like I used to.
Football game?
Football, basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but yeah.
It's definitely for profit now, as we can see. Yeah, it's a business, but I think the business has taken away for the love of the game.
Why I'm like trying to get more into college now.
Mm-hmm. And then college too with the NIL deals. So we'll definitely. So I think I'll piggyback off the last question that I asked, and that'll just be the last thing. So I know we mentioned. I think we mentioned it like 2 weeks ago, maybe last week. Fantasy sports and sports betting. I know it's a recurring topic, but the more examples we see of like people bringing it up and stuff, it starts to become more relevant. Do we honestly feel as if, in your guys' opinion, will that eventually ruin the whole experience of being a fan of the sport? Because yes, you were putting money on sports, you were more tuned in because that's what they want. They want more eyes watching the sports, but at the same time, are we are we not appreciating the athletes for what they do if there were no sports betting or if there was no fantasy? Is the general fan experience becoming not oversaturated but tainted because now we're placing a dollar amount?
So you think it's all on money now?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I think so. I mean, fantasy's always been a thing. Even to like when we were kids, people were doing it on their whiteboards because they didn't have laptops, whatever. They would just manually write everything down, which is nuts. But yeah, I think the Prize Picks, FanDuel, all that stuff, it's making just like the casual people put money on it. Like I see people on my Snapchat, like, oh, my parlay.
Right.
I'm like, you watch sports?
Mm-hmm.
You're just hopping in it.
But are they like a fan of sports, or like, or are they just doing
obviously, they know. You have to know something about sports to put money on a parlay.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I think a lot of them sometimes are just in it for money.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you freak out because Kevin Love didn't hit over 14 points. Like, it's a random example.
The
Instead
over,
of just being like,
the over.
oh, they get a good game. Yeah, the over under stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I do think I think it's going to get worse because they're legalizing it in more states now. So in Florida's not still fully legal.
Right.
But yeah, the more states it overtakes and all that, and obviously they're kind of embracing it. Like you see FanDuel commercials all the time. Like,
right.
Sign up now and you'll get your $10 off promo code.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because as I was going through both NBA and NFL coverages, all I saw was fantasy, Prize Pick, FanDuel, and I'm just like, again, it's bringing eyes to the sport as they know that there's not so many people tuning in. Yeah. But at the same time, now it's going to be a thing where every week I hear about an NFL player tweeting that I don't care about your damn fantasy. Right.
Yeah.
So, right. So it's like, is that, in my eyes, I'm like, if that's all it's becoming, then are we really just watching sports for the love of the game, more so making it a profit?
I feel like it's different for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's us. Yeah. We're still going to watch sports.
Right.
But you maybe make a little money.
It does have the ratings because, you're going to tune in. I mean, honestly, like when we have a fantasy player, like me and him, I don't know about you sometimes, but I will like tune into a game if I'm like, damn, I kind of need like 5 more points from him. I'm going to watch the rest of this game, see if he can get it.
Which I've done too.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of times why I'll be like, and this is me personally because I like playing fantasy, but at the same time, there's times where I just want to watch football.
Yeah, just enjoy it, sit back, and don't even. Yeah.
Because we came from an era where it's like a lot of us learned more about sports before we could ride a bike.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Versus people now that just are probably like huge fans of it. And of course, Debbie made up a good point. You can profit off of it now. So it's like, hey.
Different, yeah.
Right. But now I feel like it's taking away from just the overall thing of like what sports is. Like, I shouldn't be looking at my team and be like, oh, well, you suck this week. I think you suck as a player because you're not providing me enough fantasy points versus, oh, well, you had a decent game. You had a touchdown. You won the game. I think you're a great player sort of thing.
Yeah. People get dogged a lot more for their fantasy performances.
Right.
Yeah.
And lastly, I'll bring up a point. When's the last time that you sat down and had a conversation with someone about sports that didn't relate in fantasy?
To have a conversation to where...
At all.
Today?
Yeah. Well, besides this.
If it's with like my dad or if it's with someone older too, obviously they don't play fantasy. But like, yeah, every conversation at work, fantasy. You see this game, and then can't go 2 minutes without it being like, yeah, he messed up, blah, 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 because, and I was 2 points away. Yeah, it always turns into that, yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
Because real shit, like,
I think it's just big at my work, like
Right.
super big. Yeah.
Not because when I went to the Jazz game with her, with her coworkers, yeah, they knew about football, but then fantasy also followed up.
Yeah.
So if I threw out a name right now, like, because I always see like posts about, oh yeah, what's a one random name that pops in your head when you think about football? I could literally bring up Tommy Harris, defensive tackle for the Chicago Bears, and everybody be like, holy shit, I forgot bro existed.
Tommie.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's I always remember the spelling. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, wow, yeah, I totally forgot. So it'd be like that because now we're heavily invested into fantasy
Yeah.
to where I feel like growing up it'd be like, who is your favorite player? Oh yeah, he went to this college, he did this and that game, he had that. Now it's like we could say that, but oh yeah, week 13, he only brought me like 5 fantasy points and he didn't do so well.
Or on the flip side, if it's like, yeah, the game of his life and it got me into the playoffs.
Exactly.
Point, yeah.
So that, cause and I think about that a lot more, and I'm just like, wow. Cause again, I know you'll laugh when like I'll play like the old Madden games, but I'm like, yo, these dudes were at the time like the best athletes.
Oh yeah.
Like the Chicago defense back in the day, like Nathan Basher,
Lance Briggs and Urlacher.
Come on, bro. And then they always had crazy ass left and right defensive ends.
Yeah. And then rotate through. They had Peppers when he was still, and he wasn't as good as he was in Carolina, but he was still in there. Yeah.
But still, bro, or when Steve Smith was with the Panthers.
Yeah.
And then you had Jake Delhomme before you had Cam.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like that's what I'm referring to. Like when people are like, if they're talking about sports, are they talking about like prime? Like are they talking about like NFL throwbacks? I know Barry Sanders is coming out with the
on Amazon Prime, the documentary.
Yeah. I was watching a little bit at the barbershop, and I'm just like, that is what I'm referring to, not this and then associated with fantasy points.
Yeah,
you know. So
I don't have that many conversations about fantasy.
Well, you're lucky because besides having this conversation with y'all, if I were to talk about sports with anybody else, it's associated with fantasy. And I'm just like, I get it too because I'm playing fantasy, but then like after fantasy, it's like, when do we return to normal? Now there's more betting, there's more money being
it's a whole different story.
Parlay, and then with basketball now too. So that's what that's what we're headed to, and I try to at least keep it more throwback original to where we can at least still enjoy just the whole concept of football and the players.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
I think that's it.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another great episode. We're actually gonna have more debates next week. Definitely just gonna get all the stuff out the way, and then we'll definitely talk about. So we're actually gonna talk about, is it Brady or is it Belichick? That'll be the next topic of next week's pod. We'll definitely cover any other breaking news topics that come out after the pod airs. But until then, y'all be easy. Be safe out there. Holidays coming up, and we are out.